Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's season 8, baby! How are you all doing? Welcome to Game Night, episode 1, season 8. It's alive, season 7 is finished. Season 8 has begun. And a message from our sponsor, Calibrated Vision. Happy new season to you too, Vision. Hope you're keeping well. Now, lots of things to say. First of all, don't know why the stream just decided to crash. Unity was fine. It ran the credits for me and it added the pennies on as it should do. Pennies should now work for Crossfire. There's also a leaderboard. And you can check your pennies by going !pennies and you'll get a message back from the bot in the chat. So congratulations to Samster on winning that game of Crossfire right there. I hope you enjoyed the question. Thank you very much to 8Minky who proofed those for me. And it's time for the Escape Artist. First headline game of Season 8. We're starting in the darkness. And then we're going even more dark with the bridge and the Pit of Oblivion. And then a bit later on, we got some lightness in the shape of red herrings from Brian. Lots of things to look forward to. It feels like it's been forever. It's actually been 10 days. I had sort of 10 days. And then I did that Tuesday stream last week. Then I had another 10 days. And we're back with Season 8. I've had a good hiatus. I have needed the time to recharge my battery. Spend a bit of time with the family over the start of the summer holidays and whatnot. And generally just sort of get my bearings again. I've created a couple of new games and a message from our sponsor Silent Marine.
Starting with a night of pure evil.
Yes, we are.
Well, at least everyone is still alive in this one.
This is true. Just prisoners. Thank you very much for all the 100 bits. I'll go through and do the thanks properly and greet you all in just a sec. But where I've been over the hiatus, just very briefly, I know we want to get on with the quiz and we will do that in a sec. But it has been good to recharge. I've made a couple of new games. I've made some tweaks to old games, including this one, which I'll say a bit more about in a minute. So it's I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. Absolutely. So it's been a worthwhile break, and there'll be new things, bigger and better things coming over the course of Season 8. We are starting this evening with The Escape Artist, as written by Zeus and proofed by Panda. Can I say as well at this point, the new question writing tool seems to be going down quite well. I've not had any problems with parsing information. I think I've had one, and that's actually been from a bug within the sheet rather than user error. So massive thanks to Panda for all his efforts on getting the new question writing tool working and in order. And to all our writers who have been submitting packs 2 weeks ahead of the actual stream date, which I know is a change from previous seasons, it's just making life so much easier because it means the proofers have got a couple of weeks lead time to be able to grab it when they can. So it's just spreading the load much better, and it gives time to have a dialogue with your proofer as well, which is great. Now, first things first, changes in this game. If you don't get into this lobby for whatever reason, if you're late to the stream or you just don't fancy joining it, you want to sit and watch, that's fine. However, new change that I've put in this afternoon, which means it might break, anybody can now continue to play even after they've been eliminated and even if they don't get into the lobby. So you'll still be eliminated and you won't have a prefab on screen, so it's a little bit sort of it's a little bit inelegant, I suppose is probably the word. But it does mean after you're eliminated, you can continue answering questions, and it's very straightforward. For every question that you get right, you get 5 pennies. You can play in the darkness, Matt. Absolutely right. So for every question that you get right over the gamut of the game, you get 5 pennies. Assume that it sort of almost runs as a separate game, so it will only accept your first answer in that one, even if you are in round 3 and you are still live. It will only accept the first answer you give, so that's the one caveat to that. You can check at any point what your points are by typing !score, and you should get a ping back from the bot. It shouldn't say anything yet because I'm curious why it didn't say anything there. That's slightly worrying. It should say you aren't in the game yet. Is it score or is it points? Let me just check that real quick. Oh, let's see if we can see what the catch-all is as to why it is not doing that. Score and... Oh, you have to whisper it. You have to whisper it, is what it is. So if you whisper it, which you should be doing for the game anyway, obviously not when a question is live, because if you do it when a question is live, it will take that as your answer. So it shouldn't process it, actually, when the question is live. That was another thing I did. So there you go. So you can do that. Please don't overdo it. Don't flood the chat with it. You don't have to do it after every question. Trust that the game is working. It might just be useful to do towards the end of the game. Yeah, I need to think of a better system, because obviously exclamation mark is the pop-up chat as well. Anyway, good evening to Odd Garrett, Arun Aromatics, Zeusless, Gizen, Shapes, Topper, Colo, MPL Dart, Stimson Sangle, Tau AF, Ondi, Player 2, Mark, Samster, Puzzle Dan, and Natter. Excuse me. Oni and BC, Apodo and Diamond Ninja 2 and David, AB Me and Wrestler GR4 Men. David Stravdi, Andrew 8500, Brand New Halo, PL Jogging, Innis, Lupine, Fluid Fernando, Yoshi, DMC, Calibrated Vision, Cycle Space, Jurist, Fired, Matt, Santa Marine, Tadaro, Jack, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us for this brand new season of Game Night. We are starting with The Escape Artist, as written by Zeus. I've got some thank yous I need to do as well. We had a load of, we had a little hype train at the start of the stream there, which, wait, don't go. And that's an interesting thing I didn't check. Leaving the lobby after the game has started. You shouldn't be able to after the game has started. Anyway, I need to give my special spicy mold thanks to... let's have a look. Jogging for resubscribing for 18 months in Season 8. Toot resubscribing for 15 months. Thank you very much. Samster resubbing for 27 months. Samster also cheering 100 bits there. Tau AF resubscribing for 2 months there. Brand New Halo gifting a sub to Persephone's Twitch bot. Thank you very much for that. Oni subscribing for 18 months. A double baby. Topper resubscribing for 19 months. Clive for 32 months. And Andrew 8500, thank you for that follow. Calibrated Vision, thank you for that subscription at 10 months. And Silent Marine, thank you very much for the 100 bits. I think I'm all caught up. And that's all she wrote. So, we'll start off with a nice quick game of The Escape Artist. Remember, so if you don't join this lobby, you can come in and join any time, but you won't be able to get into the lobby game, or into the prefab game where you get a nice display, but you will still be able to play along. And what's happening there? Some stuff. Fired subscribing for 6 months, and another one. Fired, thank you very much for that resub. BC, thank you very much for that resub at 4 months. And Matt, thank you very much for the sub gift to Nightbot. Nightbot now getting in on the ad-free action. Thank you very much to you three for your generosity there. We're going to start this game. So if you want to play, last chance to get in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Message from our sponsor. Oh no, they're just coming through.
And another one.
And another one. 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 34 players. Everybody can still play even after you're eliminated. Keep answering because you get 5 pennies for every answer. I was waiting for these to finish out. Message from our sponsor, Lupine.
BA Do Wow.
BA Do Wow. Thank you very much for the 24 months, 2 years, Lupine. My goodness gracious me. Thank you for the support. Very grateful to you. Let's play The Escape Artist. Round 1 is called Initiate. 10 questions in this round. You must give a full answer, and the objective is to answer 5 questions correctly. Once you've answered 5, you cannot answer any more in the round, but you can still answer them in the sort of side game. So there's an interesting quirk of this one, if you're going to leave it till the end. I didn't really think that through, but there we go. Once you've answered 5, you can't answer any more in the main game, but of course you can answer as many as you like in the sort of behind the scenes game, exclamation mark score to check your score at any time. Question difficulty is roughly assembled by the question value as showed up in the top left hand corner. So the first question is going to be worth 6 points. That'll be a sort of medium towards difficult level. The 1 pointer will be the easier question. Once you've answered 5, you've escaped through to the next round, but you want to get as many points as you can. If at any point you cannot get enough questions, i.e. there aren't enough questions left for you to escape, or you or you don't answer 5 by the end of 10, you are permanently eliminated from the game. The green lights in front of you are lives. If you get a question wrong, then you lose a life. If you run out of lives, you are eliminated from the game. For every life you have got left at the end of the round, we'll give you a bonus point and then reset them into round 2. So the objective is get 5 questions right. Any 5 you can pick. You don't have to answer. Bear that in mind. You can abstain. Perfectly valid strategy if you think, I'm not going to have a clue on this one. I'll just wait for the next one. But beware, if you don't have enough questions towards the end, then you could be eliminated. You must get exactly 5 this round. Good luck. This pack from Zeus. Here is the first question of the headline games of the season. It's worth 6 points. In July 2022, Elena Rybakina became the first player from which country to win the women's singles title at Wimbledon? 6 points. "14 of you in the main game attempting that. If you type exclamation mark score, it will tell you if you got 5 points or not, so you'll know in advance if you got it right. I encourage you not to do that. The correct answer was Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is what we wanted there. Clive going for Norway, DMC for Russia, Toot also for Russia, Jogging for Ukraine, Tadaru for Russia, Jack for Ukraine, and Jers for Slovakia. All of those incorrect answers. I'm afraid you are going to lose a life. But well done if you got it right. 6 points to you. Let's light you back up. Here we go. Question number 2. This one is worth 4 points. Take a look at this. At the beginning of the 2002 film Ice Age, what is the character Scrat trying to store for the winter? Clive walked to the stream, formally. 29 out of 34 having a go at this one. Correct answer was, if I focus on the right window, it's at Acorn. At Acorn is what we wanted. Now, a couple I'm going to need to override here. AB Me going for an Acorn. Yes, we can accept that. Generally, definite articles aren't needed, but we can condone that. It should overwrite your lobby score as well. Nut, I think, is too broad. I'm not going to allow Nut. Nut is a little bit too broad for me, so I'm not going to accept that. Innis, an Acorn. We can accept that. Fish is not right. Tau going for an Acorn as well. Yes, we'll allow that. Nuts. I'm afraid nuts to you. Not going to be good enough. I expect here that you've been distracted from proofing this pack and ended up watching all 5 movies because of this. You are welcome, is Zeus's message. Let's light you back up. On we go. Samsa disagrees. You're welcome to disagree, but I'm afraid that is my rule in there. Let's go on. Question number 3. This one is worth 5 points. Take a look at this. Which dwarf planet, located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, was discovered in 1801 by Giuseppe Piazzi? (18 out of 34 having a go at this one. Correct answer was Ceres, or Ceres, not quite sure the pronunciation. Sedna, Io, Sedna, Pluto, Saturn, Pluto, and Eris. Not right answer. Saturn is very much not a dwarf planet. It's quite big. It's also the other side of Jupiter, not between Mars and Jupiter. Fortunately, you're going to lose a life if you gave me anything other than Ceres, but if you did give me Ceres, well done. That's going to be 5 points to you. Let's light you back up. There we go. Let's take a quick glance across the board at this point as we come to question number 4. The next question is worth 10, so the hardest question of the round in theory. No one yet won away, because of course we haven't had enough questions, and no one yet requiring all. Quite a few players down to their last life already, though. Only DMC, Puzzled Dan, Stimson Sangle, and Jers. One more wrong answer, you will be eliminated, though of course you can continue in the backseat lobby game if you would like to. This is a hard question, you might want to sit this one out. It's up to you. Question number 4 is worth 10 points. Take a look. The World Series, yes. The Four Quartet, a series of 4 poems, each named after a place or landmark, was written by which poet? Puzzled down with a yeah, no. With 1 life left, I thought you might have sat that one out. 6 players giving this one a go. Tau, Lupine, Toot, Shapes, Samster, and Innis. Correct answer is T.S. Eliot, Tennyson, and Burns are incorrect answers, I'm afraid. Shapes and Lupine, you're going to lose a life. Well done to the other 4, getting yourself 10 points. That's going to stand you in good stead moving into the next round. Let's light you back up. So come to the halfway point. Question number 5. Easy question is worth 2 points. Still a few players on their last life. No one yet going orange or blue, which means no... Oh, I beg your pardon. Innis is going blue. Cyan up there. So Innis is one more question. You might want to take this one, or you might want to wait for a harder one a bit later on. This one, though, question number 5 is worth 2 points. Take a look at this. Which American pop singer's hits include Baby One More Time and You Drive Me Crazy? 28 out of 34 having a go at this one, and the correct answer was... Oh, baby, baby. Yeah, Britney Spears is who it was. Spears not being accepted. I'm not quite sure why that's not being accepted. Phonetically plausible. It should have got through the spell checker, but top you can have Spears. Likewise, Brownie Hurley. Maybe it's the wrong spelling of Spears, possibly, and with the surname on its own, it didn't quite get through. But it is phonetically plausible, so you can definitely have that. Colo as well, going for Spears. PL jogging Brittany. Normally, the general house rule is that fictional people, you can have a first name. Real people, a surname on its own will suffice. But I think I'm going to make an exception early in the season. Brittany is... It's a colloquialism. I think that would have been accepted. There aren't, as far as I can think of, any other major singers called Britney Spears. I think we know what you're talking about. I'm going to overrule. Cycle Space also going for Spears there. Yes, you can have that. MPL Dart going for Spears. Where are you? There you are. You can have that. Well, quite a few Spearses. Obviously, I think the correct spelling Spears, or maybe it just wasn't on the allowance list. Possible. Spears and Fired also going for Spears. Beyonce, I won't let you have Diamond Ninja, and Jack Wilfred Spears. Yes, I will let you have. So lots of green going on there. Just Diamond Ninja, I think, losing a life on that one. Hopefully that's all overridden in the backseat game as well. Yes, oh baby, baby. Let's light you back up. As we come to question number 6, this one worth 3 points. We've got a couple of people now one away. Innis and AB Me, one more question. You will be through to round 2. 1 point extra for every life you've got left. Stimson Sangle and Diamond Ninja, you've got to get all 5 of the remaining questions or you will be eliminated, because there won't be enough questions left for you to get 5. Still quite a few players on your last lives. Do tread carefully. One more mistake and you're out the game. Good luck. Question number 6 for 3 points. Take a look. What animal in the Chinese zodiac represents the year 2022? And our balls from Puzzle Dan, have you forgotten? 20 out of 34 attempting this one. The correct answer is... It's the tiger. We are in the year of the tiger, Chinese year of the tiger. Lupine and G. Eisens both going for ram. Or Garrett for monkey. BC for ram. PL Joey for rat. Ox from Cycle Space, Dragon from Tau and MPL Dart, a Rat from Vision, a Boar from Fired, a Dragon from Diamond Ninja, and an Ox from Tadaru. Unfortunately, not going to fly. It is the Tiger that we wanted. Have we got anyone due for elimination? Yes, Stimson Sangle, it's impossible for you to escape because you didn't proffer an answer. And Lupine and Diamond Ninja, I'm afraid you have exhausted your lives. Please do keep playing in the back seat game, or the hidden game if you like, exclamation mark score, to check out your current penny count. 5 pennies for every correct answer you give from here on out, but I'm afraid it is the end of the road and it's lights out. 4 questions to go in this opening round. Innis, Jack, Toot and AB Me are one away from escaping. Still not had anyone escape just yet, but we've still got plenty of questions to go. Though bear in mind, 3 of them are the most difficult. Could be a lot of people are waiting for that 1 pointer question. We'll have to see. If you require all 4 of them, Vision, Tadaru, Cyberspace, Puzzle Dan and Oni, you've got to give me 4 correct answers out of 4 if you want to survive. And if you're on your last life, tread carefully. Because... how do we join the game? Andrew, just whisper the answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. Not in public chat. Whisper the answers to her, and she will process them, and you'll be brought into the game. Good luck. Question number 7 is worth 9 points. Take a look at this. In the television series Squid Game, what is the 3rd game played by the contestants? Surely someone's going to have a go at this. 15 out of 31, giving it a go. The correct answer was... Tug of War. Is it the one with the cookies? No, it's a honeycomb, and that was the second game, I'm afraid, Clive. Marbles, I believe, was fourth. Cut out again, the honeycomb game was second. I'm not drunk enough to remember from Oni. Red Light, Green Light was the first game of Podo. Red Light, Green Light Vision, also the first game. Well, I'm gone. See the quick brown fox jumps over from Tadaru. Tug of War with a question mark from Jack Wilfred. I can allow that, Jack Wilfred. Generally, putting question marks at the end is a discouraged practice because it's likely to be wrong, but there's an F in Tug of War, but phonetically plausible, so I will let you have that. Unfortunately, Cycle Space, it's impossible for you to escape, and DMC, Oni, Calibrated Vision, Tadaru, you have exhausted your lives. Thank you very much for playing. Do continue in the hidden game, but for now it is the end of the road and it slides out. So we go on to question number 8. Jack is the first and only player at the moment to have escaped on 23 points with 2 lives left. He's going to be boosted to 25 if you want to weigh any of the next 3. Topper, AB Me, 2, Natter, Samster, Innis. One more question and you will get through. If you require all of them, you're orange and you're flashing now. You've got to give me 3 out of 3. And if you're on your last life, tread carefully. One more wrong answer and you're eliminated from the game. If you have been eliminated or you're just joining us now, you can join in with the game simply by whispering the answers to the questions to Persephone's Twitch bot, and you will be given some points and the relevant pennies. On we go then for now to question number 8. Take a look at this. It's worth 8 points. Jack, stop the count. Well, you could stop the count. You don't have the highest score. Innes has got more points than you, as has Samster. Which got a flag? Question 8 in F1 denotes a driver in front must let faster cars behind them pass because they are being lapped. For 8 points. What colour flag? 21 out of 25 attempting this one. The correct answer is... it's a blue flag. Some F1 fans in here. Nice to see that we're getting a few right answers in here. And some players going blue. Natter, Topper, ABME, Jack and Innis have now all gone blue and picked up 8 points for that question. Very well played. Yellow, yellow, red, green, yellow, orange and white are all incorrect answers, I'm afraid. Geisens, it's impossible for you to escape. We needed an answer there and we didn't get one. And brand new Halo and Peel Jogging, unfortunately, you've exhausted your lives. Thank you very much for playing. Do continue with the side game, but for now it is the end of the road and it's lights out. Don't thank me, Matt. Zeus is back. You've got to thank Zeus for this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players have escaped so far. And we're launching the next question before I flash stuff. Get ready. 1 pointer. What is the capital and most populous city of Spain? For 1 point. I pressed the wrong button, but we're straight in. I should have done the flashes there. That's my bad. If you're dark blue, you can't answer. All 18 remaining players have attempted this one. The correct answer is Madrid. Puzzle Dan going for Barcelona, as did Fired. Unfortunately, they are not the right answers. And Puzzle Dan, that was your last life. Bad luck, my dude, but unfortunately, that's a wrong answer. And I'm afraid it is going to be the end of the road, and it's lights out. Speeding through it here. Speed Escape Artist by Ben pressing the wrong buttons. Topper, ABME, Toot, Natter, Jack, Shapes, Samster, Fernando, BC and Innis have all escaped to round 2. Everybody else, you must get this final question, this 7-pointer correct. If you do not, you will be eliminated from the game. Good luck to you all. Question number 10 is worth 7 points. Take a look at this. The Leptodactylus phalanx, otherwise known as the mountain chicken, is actually what type of animal? Need an answer. Ooh, only 9 out of 12. 3 players are going to be eliminated by default for not giving an answer when they needed to. The correct answer was... a frog. It's a frog. The mountain chicken is nicknamed such after being preyed upon as a local delicacy on the islands of Montserrat and Dominica, where it is found. It supposedly tastes like chicken. It is also known as the giant ditch frog. Butterfly, goat, vulture, fox, bat, rodent, rodent, goat, and goat are all incorrect answers. Bad luck there. And we have got to lose 12 players from that. Podo, Colo, Fired, Arun, Clive, David, Garrett, Mark, Tao, MPL Dark Jers, and Matt the Ref. I'm afraid it is impossible for you all to escape. Thank you very much for playing, but that is the end of the road and it's lights out. Which means 10 players, just 10 players go through to round 2. My God, I'm glad I implemented the side game for this. So remember, if you are playing along in the side game, then all you need to do is whisper the answers to Persephone's Twitch bot and they will add up. So if you type, for example, !score into the chat, then it will if you whisper that to the chat, not type it in, if you whisper it to the chat, then it will tell you where you have got exclamation mark score. It will tell you how many pennies you've earned, so 5 pennies for every correct answer that you've given in the game. And it does look like it's working, which is lovely to see, because pennies do not equal score. I'm yabbering on. Let's go on to round number 2. As Mark is saying, 24 down, 10 to go. We move on to round 2, which is sustain. The target is 51. This is set by the highest scoring player plus 15. In this case, that is Innes on 36. Every question is now worth 5 points. All you've got to do is hit that target before the end of the 10 questions. And if you do that, you're through to round 3, the final round. Incidentally, if you have hit that target, you can continue answering questions in the game to achieve even more points. However, you can also still be eliminated if you run out of lives. Every life you've got left that you don't burn up by the end of the round, you get a bonus 2 points. So you might have to make a decision. Is it worth a risk on a question you're half sure on or not? Do I want to save that life? If at any point you cannot hit that target, if it's mathematically impossible for you to hit that target, then you will be eliminated from the game. Good luck. Round 2 is sustain. Every question's worth 5 points, and we start with this one. Take a look. Which ABBA song title is commonly used as the bingo call for the number 17? Out of 10 giving it a go, and 10 out of 10 are correct. Dancing Queen was the answer. Let's light you back up. I'm getting 5 points. On we go to question number 2. What 4-letter SI prefix represents a multiplying factor of 10 to the power of 12? Five out of 10 attempting this, and remember, you don't have to attempt. The correct answer was terror. It is a terror, as in terabyte, 10 to the 12. Giga and Peta. Don't know why I did that. Giga and Peta are incorrect answers. A, B, me, Fernando, and BC are going to lose a life. Let's light you back up. And it's one more question, and you're through comfortably to round number 3. But of course, you can continue answering. And I hope you're playing along in the side game. It should still be topping up your pennies if you're giving right answers. Let's go on. Question number 3. In May 2022, what city was announced as the UK City of Culture for 2025? Bit of current affairs for you. Were you paying attention? Six out of 10 giving it a go. It was Bradford. I've nothing against Bradford. I've never been there, but it just doesn't sound like the sort of city that would be UK City of Culture. Topper, I would have said Liverpool. I always thought Liverpool was the UK City of Culture, but apparently it's Bradford. Birmingham and Leicester also incorrect answers. One day they will pick a city with culture. Yeah, that would be nice. You're going to lose a life, you 3. Bad luck. Let's start you back up. On we go. Question number 4. Innes still one away. Everyone else still in normal play. Have a look at this. Referring to something of great size or power, what 8-letter word is derived from the Hebrew for beast? Four out of 10 giving that one a go. Correct answer was behemoth. Behemoth, not Beelzebub. That's a demon of the ancient world. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Lord of the Rings mythos videos recently. Behemoth was the right answer. Toot, Samson, and Innes get themselves 5 points, and Innes managing to escape to round 3. Natty going to lose a life. Let's light you back up. No one yet requiring ore, though Natter and BC, you are down to your last lives. Do tread carefully. One more wrong answer, and you are eliminated. Good luck. Question number 5. Have a look. Also used to describe the turning point in Orleans in the 100 Years' War. What is the collective term for a group of herons? Just the 2. Shaped and Innes giving it a go. Bulge, Parliament, and Defenestration all coming in after time is up, but unfortunately they're not going to count. All incorrect answers anyway. The correct answer was a siege. All scheme is close, but not quite right there, Shapes. Yeah, the Siege of All. No, not all. Orleans. Siege of Orleans, according to this article I've got here. The Siege of Orleans, the watershed of the 100 Years' War between France and England. It was the French Royal Army's first major military victory to follow the crushing defeat at the Battle of Agincourt in 1415, and also the first while Joan of Arc was with the army. Very well done to Innes, getting himself another 5 points. Still got all 3 lives intact. Shapes, I'm afraid you're going to lose a life. Let's light you back up. Still no one requiring all. Still 2 on their last life, Natter and BC. 5 questions left in this round. Question number 6 worth another 5 points. Have a look at this. Author of the 1989 poetry book Zoom, who was the current British Poet Laureate? Five out of 10 attempting this one. Do we know the current British Poet Laureate? The correct answer is Simon Armitage. Michael Rosen and Mantle, both incorrect answers. Samson and Fernando going to lose a life there. 2, Shapes and Innes all getting it right. Innes extending his lead up to 61. He's well safe at this point, but he's still answering because he can. Very well played. Not due to lose anyone just yet, so let's light you back up. Aha, we got some different colours going on now. Jack, AB Me, Fernando and BC. You do need to get all 4 of the remaining questions, 7, 8, 9 and 10 if you want to escape. That's the only way you can hit that target. Also, Fluid, Fernando and BC, as well as Natter on their last lives. One more wrong answer and you will be eliminated. Good luck. Here's question number 7. Originally a song and then an artwork series, I Love You Earth was created by whom? Six out of 10 having a go. The correct answer was... Oh, so many people in the right ballpark, but it's Yoko Ono. Jackson Bjork, Ringo Starr, John Lennon, bastard, Prince and Andy Warhol. You're in the right sort of area. Jack, the closest they're going for John Lennon, but it's not going to fly, unfortunately. No correct answers. A sausage question there, unless some people got it in the hidden game, possibly. The note here from Zeus, I like how when you mouse over the link to give you a preview in Google Sheets, sometimes it cuts off the bottom and says, love you fart. It says, I love you ert, rather than fart. I am such a child, says Zeus. Yoko Ono was the answer we wanted there. Let's light you back up, but not before we've lost some players. AB Me, Fernando, BC and Jack. I'm afraid it is impossible for you to escape. Thank you very much for playing. Do continue in the hidden game, but for now it is the end of the road and it's lights out. Only Innes has escaped so far. If you want away, no one want away. Goodness me, Topper, Samster, Natter and Shapes requiring all 3 of the remaining questions. And of those, all of them but Shapes are on their last life as well. 2 is only 2 away. Innes has already escaped. Let's see what you make of question number 8. Good luck. Take a look at this. What is the atomic number of the lightest halogen, or the number of circles of hell in Dante's Inferno? Six attempt to get the correct answer is 9. Oh, Toppy, yeah, it's 7 is for murderers, but there are 9 circles. This came up recently. I'm sure this came up recently. I once dated an author who wrote a book called The Ninth Circle. Her name was Alex Bell. One date, all of one date. But I read the whole novel before we went out just to try and sort of, you know, show that I was key. This is years ago now, but yeah, there are 9 circles in Dante's Inferno. The lightest halogen is fluorine. Fluorine. Will you need to manually condone because of the single-digit answer? No, I won't. Zeus, to answer your question in the citations there in the trivia. Well done, all of you getting it right, apart from Topper. I'm afraid, Topper, it's no longer possible for you to hit 51, and you've run out of lives. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the end of the road and it's lights out. Toot, either of the next 2 will see you good. Samster, Shapes and Natter, you need both of them, and Natter and Samster, you've only got 1 life to do it. Innes, sitting very comfortably on 66 at the moment. Is he going to try and expand any higher? We'll have to wait and see. Good luck. Question number 9, take a look at this. Which British sitcom about 2 families, one in Billericay and one in Barry, premiered on BBC 3 in May 2007? All 5 are in. A few more seconds if you're playing in the hidden game. All 5 having a go. Correct answer was Gavin and Stacey, all 5 of them getting it right, and 2 becomes the second player to escape into round 3. Very well played. Shapes, Samsa and Natter could get to the final, depending on whether or not they get this last question. Let's light you back up. And it's going to be going in with at least 71 plus, so at least 75 points. Oh, the Tesco delivery is here. Lovely. I don't have to do it today because I'm up here. So, Samsa, Shapes, Natty, you've got to give a right answer to this. 2, you can have a go if you want. You've still got all 3 lives intact. Good luck. Here is question number 10. Alluding to the artist of the portraits of Anne of Cleves and her sister that was sent to Henry VIII, complete the song title from the musical 6, House of what? Samson Shapes out of time. Natter is giving it a go. Karen of Cleves. Is that the answer? Let's take a look. The correct answer is Holbein. House of Holbein. Strauss is not the right answer there. Natter and Shapes and Samson, you can give me an answer in. So for the first time in a while, we've only got 2 people in the final. Really good thing there's a hidden game going on for you to continue playing along, get your points and get your pennies up. But it is going to be a 2 in his final. Unfortunately, Natter, Shapes and Samson, thank you very much for playing, but you haven't hit the points. So it's the end of the road and it's lights out. Bye.
Pain.
First pain of season 8, there we go. So, 2-player final. It has been a while since we have seen such a sparse final. Credit to Zeus and his particularly tricky trivia this evening, but it is going to be Innis versus 2. And they've both got 3 lives left. Let's go to the final round. 1 point, fucking nuts. Who invented this game? Am I right, Samster? Preach, my dude. Right, round 3 is survived. 2 and Innis, you've both been here before. You know the drill. First one to get a correct answer in will start the clock on the opponent, and points will be deducted from your score at the drain rate shown up there in the top left-hand corner. This is why points don't equal pennies in this game. Your lives in front of you are now refires, so if you give an incorrect answer, you can try again. You can try every question at least once for free, but thereafter every attempt on the same question will cost you a refire. If you run out of refires, then it means from that point on only a first answer will be accepted. If you run out of points, you are eliminated from the game. The last player standing at the end will be the escape artist. Simple as that. Incidentally, you don't get refires in the hidden game. You still just get 1 attempt at each question, and you've got until one of the players has answered. Weird fringe case. Don't know if timer on is going to be a thing here, so you might have to wait until the timer starts. I'm just going to check in on that and see what happens as we go into round 3. Question number 1. Good luck to you both. Take a look at this. What moment of the day follows the word impression in an 1872 Monet painting of his hometown of Le Havre? 2 and Innis both in pretty quick. Don't think anyone losing any points there. Time for you in the lobby game, if you're playing along behind the scenes. Sunrise was the answer. Sunrise impression, sunrise. I did look it up. Anyway, well played, both right. Let's light you back up. On we go, question number 2. Take a look at this. And I'm watching for this Boolean to flag. Yes. Also known for creating the labyrinth, who was the father of Icarus in Greek mythology? Toots in first, Innis losing 1 point and in second. Yes, you can answer as soon as the question is live, incidentally. That's the only thing I was just checking there, and it does look like you can do that. In theory. Daedalus, or Daedalus if you prefer, was the father of Icarus. Well played to both of you. Let's light you back up. On we go. Question number 3. Take a look at this. Also the surname of the both Lord Protectors during the British interregnum. What Las Vegas hotel hosted season 2 of Love Island USA? Innis in first this time, 2 losing a single point there. There it is. It's not a Zeus pack without it, right, Topper? Cromwell, of course it was Cromwell, or the Cromwell, to give it the hotel its proper name. Well played, let's light it back up. Drain rate increases 1 point per second now up to a maximum of 15. You both know the drill. Here's question number 4. Which European capital city derives from the word Blackpool in its native language? 2 losing 1 point there. Innis in first, 2 right behind him. Hello, dog. Bork, bork. She's barking at the delivery man. Dublin is what we wanted. 2006 film awarded in 2007. Apparently. Yeah, I don't know if that's related to that question, but there we go. Let's light you back up. Dublin. Thank you very much, Natar, resident Irish player. I mean, Toot has still got 12-point advantage, but you're both just in so far, so you're going to have to wait for one of you to make an error. On we go. Question number 5. Take a look at this. Jennifer Hudson began her EGOT journey in 2007, winning an Oscar for her performance in which film? Toot is in first. Innes losing some points here. 1 point a second. Might as well attempt once. He's not going. It's a film Dublin. No, it's Dreamgirls. And Innes and Toot, the advantage has shifted. Now Toot with the advantage 64 over Innes' 61. Innes not knowing that one and not wanting to attempt it either, losing 15 points. It's like a very slow version of Face Off at the moment, just with the two players. How very interesting. How are the turntables indeed? Let's light you back up. Question number 6. Take a look at this. Holding the capacity of 8 standard bottles, which champagne bottle size is named after the biblical figure who lived for 969 years? Innes in first and Toot right behind. We have got a tie. It's a dead heat, both on 61 at this point, with 4 questions to go. A few more seconds if you're playing in the hidden game. Methuselah. The oldest person in the Bible, apart from Enoch. Because it is quite clearly written that Enoch was something like 710 years old when it says the Lord took him. So he's technically still alive. Whisper, exclamation mark, points provided if you want to find out how many pennies you've earned from this game. Nice, you can sort of play along in the background. Just means you've got something to do. So when we get a 2-player final like this, it's not just a spectator sport. Although I do think that has its merits from time to time. But there we go. Methuselah and Methuselah, both correct answers. Let's light you back up. Drain rate increases again, 1 point per 0.75 seconds up to a maximum of 20, which means you can both survive 3 questions, and then we get to the final question on 1 point. So we're definitely going to get to see question 10. Good luck to you both. For now, here's question number 7. Lord took him to the zoo. Of the 15 former republics of the Soviet Union, which comes last alphabetically, Innes is in first. Misstep from Toot. First one we've seen in this final. Refire's available too. Have another go. Go on. Have another go. Nope, not that one. 2 going for Tajikistan and then Ukraine, forgetting about Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan was the answer. Well done, Innes. And another turntable. Innes now with a 20-point advantage. Yeah, very nice indeed. Innes with the lead with 3 questions to go. Let's light you back up. I didn't think I spelled that correctly. Well, you may not have done it. May not got through the spell checker player too. You'll have to check with the bot, exclamation mark score, whisper it, and it'll tell you how many pennies you've earned so far. On we go. Question number 8. Take a look at this. Celebrated on the 5th of March, the UK county of Cornwall's National Day is named after which saint? Toot starting the clock here. Can Innes find the answer? Not with that one. Innes attempting James, not the right answer. Piran was the answer, St. Piran. Also, one of the nicest sort of villages, towns, if you like, in Slovenia. Absolutely gorgeous. It's on a little bay, it's a little sort of peninsula, overlooks the bay of something. Just beautiful. It was the first night I spent in Slovenia. We went to the town of Piran, and it is just divine. We are neck and neck, 41 each once again. As we come into question 9, drain rate is still up to a maximum of 20. Good luck to you both. Take a look at this. Slovenia is gorgeous. It is divine, David. I'd recommend it. Question 9. What is the name of group 15 of the periodic table, which starts with the chemical symbols for its 2 most common elements, phosphorus and nitrogen? Toot is in and wrong. Innes has found the answer. Toot's clock is on. Refire's available, but Toot not going to go for them. Going to take the hit. Going for halogens is not the right answer. It's pnictogens or pnictogens. Not sure if it's a silent P or not. Innes, his chemistry knowledge coming in very, very handy there. Never heard of that in my life. That's going to be the problem here. You're 20 points behind. As we go into the final question, you know the drill on question number 10. There is no no maximum points. The points will count down until you run out of them or you give me the right answer. If no one's given me a correct answer after 15 seconds, both clocks will start. If Innes is the first player to answer, then Innes wins. If Toot is the first player to answer, Innes has got 10 seconds to find the right answer, or Toot will win. And if no one gets the right answer, then we'll have no escape artist. Innes with 3 refires, Toot with 2 refires. Good luck to you both. Here is question number 10. If Venus was described as full of grace, which planet would be the description of being loving and giving? Innes has got there, and it's Innes' game. Can Toot salvage some glory and stay on the podium? Not with that one. Try again. And you're out of time. It was Jupiter. Toot going for Mars. Tuesday's child is full of grace. Tuesday is number 2 in the sequence. Friday's child, number 5 in the sequence, is loving and giving. Venus is the second planet from the sun, and Jupiter is the 5th. Oh, you did the maths wrong. Bad luck. It is a great question. Great final question. Fun fact, and I'm sure Zeus won't mind me telling you this, it wasn't originally the final question, but after a bit of conversation between him, me, and Panda, we decided that's a really good final question. So that's where it ended up. At least I think that's how it went down. Unfortunately, Toot, that is the end of the road. This late stage of the game, you got to see all 30, but you've run out of points. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Quizzes really want me to learn that rhyme. They really do. Which means with 41 points, very well played. Innes, congratulations, you are the escape artist. Well done. Oh, nice. I love a nice brisk game of the escape artist. We did it out in 35 minutes. Opened the lobby at 1:15. Started the game at 25 past. It's now 9 o'clock. Bish, bash, bosh. Not wasting time. I like that. So, exclamation mark points if you want to see how many pennies you are owed by the bot. And these will cash in when the credits roll in just a second. And it will tell you, earn 60 pennies from the game, so it does look like it's working. If you wanted to check your score, and just for my peace of mind, if you want to check your pennies now, and then after the credits roll, that would be really helpful. I'm just going to give you some extra pennies here, and it's going to be Escape 28 pennies if you give me this bonus right here. No, it still says 10 pennies in the chat, but it is actually 28. It is now the number that is written in the code. So if it says Escape 28, and you type that in, you get 28 pennies, you lucky, lucky people. Inflation. It's going up in the rest of the world. Why can't it go up at game night? Am I right? That wasn't right. Anyway, not enough piano so far. So, Escape 28 is what you need to type. I'm going to stop that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop it right there. That should have refreshed. So, if you check your penny count now, and then again after the credits roll, the pennies that you've earned from this game should be good. You need to whisper score, Topper. You need to whisper score. Yeah, score goes in whispers, so yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Check your penny count now. When the credits roll, check them again, and it should add on the pennies that you've earned from this game if everything's all working. It should also add Innes as an escape artist win, which it wasn't doing before. And again, I'll have to check that after the stream. Thank you all very much for playing. Thank you to Zeus for writing that lovely pack of the escape artist, and to Panda for proofing it as well. I think I got a second eye on it just before it went in. I think Panda wanted a second opinion on a couple of questions, but lovely, lovely stuff. Really solid opener to the season, and I'm really glad I've added that all play method throughout. It means people can continue playing even after eliminated or even for the late of the stream. After the break, we're going to go for a very quick break, and Kurtz Tukan, welcome to the stream. Going to go for a very quick ad break. I'm going to go get myself another drink, but after the break we are going to be having the formal pilot episode of The Bridge. Very excited about this. Some extra changes have happened since we last played 10 days ago on the off-season stream. If you want to play in the hot seat of this, you do need a microphone. You need to come and join me in the green room. So make sure you've got a microphone on standby. If you just want to play casually in the lobby game, that's completely fine as well. I haven't changed the thing where it shows you your scores mid-question. So if you don't want to be spoiled, if you want to enjoy watching the game and the suspense that comes from that, then you might want to choose which questions you do and don't answer. Again, it's a game you can join any time throughout the game. But that's something I am looking to think about changing. But the bridge coming up, the winner of this game will not necessarily be going to the final in the season finale. There are 4 further editions of the bridge and those are the players who will be going. This is a pilot, so last minute tweaks and changes to the game would be very much appreciated if you have got any thoughts on it. But if you want to play, it's a pack written by me and proofed by Oni, to whom I'm very grateful. That is going to be coming up right after this very short break, so stay right there, go stretch your legs, get yourself another drink, and I'll be back in a second. Congratulations to Innes, you are the escape artist. See you in a few. At break 50, if you want to get another 50 bonus pennies, it's not 10 pennies, it's actually 50. Don't touch that dial, because after the break we've got the pilot episode of The Bridge. You'd be mad to miss it. Stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second part of Game Night on Saturday the 6th of August. It is time for the pilot episode of The Bridge. We've seen it twice informally, and once even more informally in the server. And a message from our sponsor, Shadowmane.
Well, ugly cold from me aside,
Oof.
it's a great start to a new season of Game Night.
Oh.
Now, let's cross a bridge together.
Thank you very much for the kind words, Shadowmane. Do get well soon, and thank you for the 17 months of support. Very much appreciated. Bridge, the bridge. This question pack comes from me. Comments from Arun, who has written the first proper game of what will be the tournament of the bridge, which is coming up in a few weeks' time. This is following comments and also other things I was thinking. This game is likely to be a limited production game only for Season 8. It might, a bit like sort of Buzz Off was and Face Off to an extent, it might make the odd appearance here and there in subsequent seasons, but having written 2 packs now, and Arun, as quite a prolific question writer, has said similarly, it's a very difficult game to write for, and always comes with the sort of the slightly bitter taste of not necessarily all of your questions are going to get seen. So I'm going to see how the writers get on this season, and also what the general feedback is from players en masse. And sort of see how you feel about it. Things that I've done to this version of the build: I darkened the noise, the white noise on the drones, so hopefully that improves it a little bit. Other minor tweaks you'll notice by the door. There's now two things over there. I haven't changed the workflow of answering in the audience game yet. So you may still be slightly spoiled about who the winners are going to be, depending on what you say and what your answers are. It is something I am considering. But if you want to play the bridge, and remember this is the pilot game, so if you win this, you aren't necessarily guaranteed a slot into the final, though you will probably be a safe first backup if one of the actual finalists can't make it. That is how we're gonna run things. But this is the final pilot, or the first formal pilot, which means it's a proper run of the game, but things may still go wrong. If you don't want to play in the hot seat game, !exclude after you've joined, but if you have got a microphone and you are in voice chat and you do want to come and play in the hot seat game, type in this code, SMOG. Appropriate given the amount of smoke we've got kicking about. And your seat will go red if you have excluded. If you don't want to play in the hot seat game, your seat goes red. All the rest of the rules we'll explain as we go. But it'd be lovely to see a nice full audience up here, so please do make your way into the game. And again, very many thanks to Oni, who has proofed this question pack, and it was written by me. So yeah, let's see what happens. Microphones needed if you do want to come and play in the hot seat. It is an elimination game, but you should be able to continue with the game after you've been eliminated. If you're playing in the hot seat and you get eliminated, you should be able to continue afterwards. The only thing I haven't done with this, and Crossfire incidentally, is author pennies being automated, which is just as well because they're both mine, so I'll manually tweak those afterwards. But in terms of pennies, I think it's your score times 5. I'm not quite sure exactly if that is going to work, but it should be score times 5, and I don't think it applies to hot seat players. Energy, Shadowmane, welcome to the stream. But it should add on your points. And if people end up getting like 170 and timesing that by 5, then that might have to be something that has to be diluted. But for now, it is your final score times by 5 will be given to you in pennies. You can join the game at any time if you do end up coming in late. It's a bit pointless saying that now, because if you are here already, then you're not coming in late. But if you are watching and not joining at this stage and you want to join at a later stage, then you can join later on. Have we got 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, we've got a few. We've got a few unexcluded players. So right, I think that's long enough. SMOG is going to be the code, !exclude. Do set your age and occupation, that's important because that will show up on the screen if you are selected for hot seat play. Again, make sure you have got a microphone if you do want to play, and all will be well. I'm going to try not to look at the suggestions channel. In fact, I'm going to go to voice text so that I can ignore the suggestions channel. Yeah, and I'll look at that later on. So, let's lock it up. Hey, you can see join the game just hovering over fired up there. If you do want to join late, you can do that at any time. Dante, welcome to the stream. So, without any further ado, if you're ready, the first player to take on the bridge in this pilot episode is David. Age unknown. apparently is a name changer, whatever that means. I should probably go into the broadcast studio, shouldn't I, and share my screen. That would help. David, if you're with us, make your way down to the green room. Colo will give you a sound test. Make sure all is well, and then we'll come and have a brief chat, and our game will begin. Or it won't. We'll introduce the rest of the players, but that will all be good. So, David. Don't look at suggestions, Ben. Look at suggestions after the stream. I think Clive's written me something, but I'm sure it's loving. Right, while we're waiting for David... my Discord is taking a while to boot up, sorry. Oh, it's all right, take time. Message from our sponsor, Shapes.
We like shapes. Landskram Malmo.
And with thy spirit. Thank you very much for the 20-month subscription there, Shapes. Very grateful to you. Sorry, I'm learning Shostakovich's Piano Concerto No. 2 for a concert in November at the moment. If anyone wants to come, let me know. Hopefully David will get with us shortly. In the meanwhile, I'll have a chat with David in a minute. What we'll do, we'll move on for now. Assuming that David is still... I can't re-roll the player anyway, so we'll pick our next player. David's in there now, so I'll have a chat with him and the next player who we're going to pick right now, rather than giving you any more Shostakovich. Let's pick player number 2. Aha! It's Clive of Legend. They're 27 years old, and they are not Matthew Wright. Clive, make your way down to the green room, and while you're doing that, I'll have a little chat with David. Hello, David.
Hello, sorry about that.
That's all right, don't worry about
My
it.
Discord decided to download all the updates. So.
All of the updates at once. How rude.
Yes.
Explain, was it Catch a Name?
It was Name Changer, just because I changed my
changer.
username since last season.
Oh, of course you have, yes. So, yeah, what spurred that on?
So I'd had DVD Smith for like 20 years, and I was never the biggest fan of it, so I just decided to take an old family name and use that instead. So yeah, Strathdy is an old Scottish family name. So yeah,
Isn't that sort of the British way? I don't really like it, but I'll have it for 20 years until it's just... I know. That's sort of my attitude to game night games. I'm slightly annoyed with this one feature in this, and it would take me about 10 minutes to change it, but I'll just keep delaying it until probably Colo badgers me enough to actually do something about it.
I signed up for it on a message board when I was 12, and then slowly people started to know me by that name, so I thought, I'll just stick with it for now, and then, finally, 2 decades later, I thought, nah, I'm going to change it.
I mean, it was slightly sort of premonition of your appearance on Only Connect and the Missing Vowels round, because I'm assuming it is your name with missing vowels and an I.
It is, and you'd be amazed how many people didn't realise that and thought I was just obsessed with DVDs.
Oh, God, if only. Weren't the naughties great? Anyway, David, welcome to the game. Great to have you here, and we'll go through the rules in a few minutes and have fun.
Cool, thank you very much.
And Clive is with us as well. Good evening, Mr. Clive.
What's up, Ben?
Great to have you with us. I hope you're keeping well.
I'm doing all right down here. How about yourself?
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm a little bit warm. It is a bit warm. It's gone back to doing the warm thing in my office, but I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'll tell you what I did do today, and I haven't told anyone. Well, I told the whole of Twitter and probably Discord as well, but I did my first park run today.
Ooh, congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a 5K, and I did it in 25 minutes and 9 seconds, so I was very pleased. I was aiming for 27, so that was good. So my legs are a bit achy as well, but...
That's so impressive, because, I can't run a bath, so well done.
I tell you what, I said on Twitter, and I'm impressed with myself, because, up until like the beginning of May, I got out of breath making a sandwich. So, running 5,000 metres is, I'm quite happy with that. But, Clive, sorry, I'm talking about me. I've done that thing where I do an interview and I just start talking about myself. It's almost Trump-esque. I need to not do that. So, have you seen bits of the bridge before? Have you played?
No, I've been working or traveling every time it's come up, so this is exciting.
Excellent. Well, wish you the very best of luck, and hope they don't have to send you too soon into the pit of oblivion. Best of luck tonight. You're playing in green despite your red spandex. Clive of Legend.
Thank you very much.
So, 2 players are in, 2 interviews back to back there, David and Clive, although there's a part of me that's thinking actually delaying the interviews might be good because rather than having the wait, but let's bring our third player into the game tonight. Playing in blue. Oh, it's a run! Berica, a 19-year-old Berica. Arun, welcome to the game. You're going to be playing in blue tonight. Make your way down to the green room. We'll have a little chat. I'm telling you what, this is looking like a pretty stacked heat at the moment. David, Clive, and Arun so far. We'll get Arun into the green room. There he is. He's going to do a quick sound test with Colo, and then we'll get him into the game. And we'll have a little chat. Here he is, Arun. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well. Welcome to Season 8.
Thank you. Well, I was going to say welcome to Season 8 to you as well, but you're hosting
You
it.
could say that. I'm also coming into Season 8 for the first time. It's my first Season 8 too.
Welcome to Season 8.
Thank you very much. And you're the first one to say it, so shame on Clive and David for not welcoming me into Season... In fairness, I didn't welcome you to Season 8 either, so it's probably fair. Arun, how was the hiatus?
I realise what little I actually do on Tuesday nights.
Really? Were you sort of like looking for things to do? Like starting new
I was looking
hobbies
for
and
things to do, yeah.
Well, I know one of the things you've done is actually write a pack for this game.
Oh yeah, I did do that, yeah.
So, and it's going to be very interesting for you as someone who's obviously gotten probably quite in touch with the format of the game, having written
Sort of in the
for it.
mindset of it, yeah.
So, do you think that will be an
We can see
advantage
what happens, yeah.
or no difference?
Probably, it just depends if the questions are on topic I like or
True.
not on topics I don't.
Well, we'll see how you get on. Great to have you with us. Player number 3, playing in blue, it's Arun Aromatics. One more player needs to come and join this game, this rather stacked-looking lineup. Let's find out who's going to be playing as player number 4. In yellow... Fuck me! It's Innis! Welcome to the game! A 30-year-old shoe! Oh, God. You know it's a real genuine moment when Lathbury drops an F-bomb on stream. Innis is going to get sound check with Colo. And, my God in heaven, look at this. This is absolutely mad. Inca, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Welcome to Season 8.
Hi, pleased to be here.
Flush from your victory in The Escape Artist and
Yeah.
runner-up in Face Off. You're on a bit of a roll with a 3-week gap in the middle, admittedly. If you can continue that tonight, you've seen this in. Have you seen this in action?
I saw a version of this. I think it was the pre-pilot or whatever it was a few weeks ago. The version that you ran then. So yes, I haven't seen all your devs of it, but yes, I think I've seen.
Got
it
a
and stuff
reasonable
like that.
handle on it. Good stuff.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, you guys are right. It can literally fall off a cliff for me.
Literally. Have to see if that happens. Well, we've got 4 very formidable players in tonight. Tyree Lion, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. If you want to join the game, you can type in the lobby code when it appears on screen. Player number 4, playing in yellow, it's Inisk. So, here we go. Round 1A. David, Clive, Arun, and Innis. The objective of round 1, and all the rounds for that matter, is to cross the bridge. We're going to start by giving you each 3 questions. For every question that you get right, you get to take 1 step onto the bridge. If you're playing along in the lobby game, all you've got to do is beat the player to the punch. You need to answer the question, and if you answer it correctly before our hot seat player has given the answer, then you get a point, and it will be shown on your avatar at the back in the audience. If you're not in time, then you don't get any points, unfortunately, and I would encourage our hot seat players not to spend too long pondering over them. And each of the 3 questions that the 4 of you will get will be on a similar, but not identical, subject. So, without any further ado, let's bring in our first question of the night. Inca, you're starting us off. Who owns a bull terrier named Bullseye in the Dickens novel Oliver Twist?
Do I just say?
Yeah, just say it out loud.
Oh, Bill Sykes.
Is it Bill Sykes? Let's take a look. Bill Sykes is the right answer. You get a step onto the bridge. And yes, all of these questions are on fictional dog owners. Fictional dog owners. Those are the points up in the lobby game. It's a bit of a race, so hot seat players may answer much faster, and hot seat players feel free to answer, interrupt me if you like. You're trying to race the lobby. Moving on, second question. Going to Arun. In Enid Blyton's The Famous 5 series, who is the owner of the 5th member, Timmy the dog?
I believe it's George.
Shall we find out? Yes, it is. George is the right answer. George owns Timmy the dog, and you get to take your first step onto the bridge. Nicely done.
Inca.
Hey, oh hey there, oh hey. 2 more questions on fictional dog owners. Next one going to David. Which character is the owner of Rosa Barks, the poodle with whom Santa's little helper has a litter of puppies in The Simpsons?
I'll say Dr. Hibbert.
Are you right? Top man, yes you are. All good on fictional dog owners. 3 for 3 so far. David takes a step onto the bridge. Clive, one more question on fictional dog owners. We know this question's going to go to Clive. Let's take a look. Who is the owner of a white wire fox terrier called Snowy?
Is that Tintin?
Is it Tintin? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is Tintin. Good stuff. Solid knowledge on fictional dog owners there. Everybody is onto the bridge. A strong start for you all. On to question number 2 for each of you. And the new category is going to be something related to the Phoenix or Phoenixes. Starting with David. Phoenix is the largest city in the state of Arizona by population. What is the second largest?
I don't know. I'll guess Flagstaff.
Flagstaff. Is it Flagstaff? No, it's Tucson.
Oh,
or
forgot about Tucson.
Tucson, yeah. Tucson was the answer. Unfortunately, you have to stay right where you are. Not to worry. Another Phoenix question this time. For Innes. Which rock band won the 2003 Kerrang Award for Best Single with their song The Phoenix?
I don't know. I'll say Metallica.
Metallica. Was it Metallica? I'm afraid not. It was Fall Out Boy. Hey, young blood, doesn't it feel? Great song. Not a cat. Welcome to the stream. Innes, you have to stay right where you are. Another Phoenix question coming up. It's time for Arun. The Phoenix siblings are River, Joaquin, Rain, Liberty, and who else?
I did not realise there were 5 of them.
Yes,
I knew 2 existed. This was not the Phoenix question I was hoping for. Not like all the X's. I will say Sunshine.
Sunshine. Is it Sunshine? You are so close to the mark, but no, it's As punts go, that is not a bad one, but no, Summer Phoenix, who was married to, I think, Casey Affleck. I don't have that in my extra trivia information because I'm a feckless amateur, apparently. So staying where you are, so Clive with a chance to pull ahead here on the final Phoenix question. Clive, in the Harry Potter series, what is the name of Albus Dumbledore's pet Phoenix?
I'm struggling to even come up with a guess. Bob.
Bob. Is it called Bob? Bob the Phoenix? I'm afraid not. It's Forks. Forks the Phoenix. Fast Pie, welcome to the stream. Clive, you stay right where you are. And everyone on that one, struggling with our Phoenixes here. So you're all on tile number 1 after getting a head start on fictional dog owners. Final questions. They're a sort of languagey sort of question. I sort of styled these on a particular question that came up in the quiz trivia part of Big Break. Let's see how you get on. The first one going to Arun.
Ooh.
What 7-letter word can mean to lead an orchestra or define the measure of one's behaviour?
I believe that is conduct.
Let's have a look. Conduct is the right answer, yes. To conduct one's behaviour, conduct oneself, or indeed to conduct an orchestra. Very good indeed. Take another step forward on the bridge. Anisette and Savestar, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Another sort of puzzly, languagey question. Going to Clive. What 8-letter word can mean to pass judgment or a grammatically correct array of words?
Oh, sentence.
Is it sentence? Until the programmer in me here come up with array of words. Yes, it would be a sentence, or to sentence someone to a particular punishment. You take a step forward on the bridge. Nicely done. 2 more grammar questions, or definition questions. Innes, yours is next. What 7-letter word can mean to contact a deceased person through a medium or a narrow body of water?
I can't think of that, actually. Channel.
I can't think of it, or is it Channel?
Channel is my answer.
Channel. Yeah, Channel is absolutely on the money. Very well played. It's funny, it just sort of pops into your head, like it was being channeled to you. I guess being channeled to it. No, sorry, that didn't really work because I'm on this drone all the way over here, and you're anyway. Shut up, Ben. I'll get on the grammar question. One more to come, and it goes to David. And here it is. What 6-letter word can mean a food basket with a handle or to hinder and impede somebody?
I can't think of it. Hamper.
Sorry, I
was just channeling myself.
Very good, very good. Yeah, it's to hamper. So, after our starter questions, you've all taken 2 steps forward on the bridge. Very well played. But now, round 1 takes a bit of a different turn. You're going to be shown a question that has 5 options with it. Of those options, one of them will be incorrect. You can attempt to answer the question up to 4 times, or you can give 4 answers consecutively, or you can choose to pass at any point. If you give me for every right answer you get to take a step forward on the bridge. However, if you give me a wrong answer, you end your turn, and everybody else gets to take a step forward. Unless all 5 answers are still on display, and if that is the case, then your opponents all take 2 steps forward. So, obviously it's easiest when there's 5 on the screen, because it's just a 1 in 5 chance that you'll go wrong, but let's see how we get on. Order will, I can't remember if the order's consistent, but it will show you who is next, so you can make tactical decisions based on who is next and who is where on the bridge. And we are going to start with David, and this is going out to the audience first. 20 seconds, audience, to get your answers in, and you can answer as many as you like, A to E or 1 to 5. Colours that feature on Joseph's coat, according to Andrew Lloyd Webber: azure, ochre, lemon, phlox, chocolate. 5 seconds, whisper up to 5 answers, audience, and then there we go. Those are the audience scores. Quite a few players getting all 4 of them there. Very well played. A few 3s in there, and those are your scores. And now, audience have had a chance to play. David, we're over to you. You must play at least once. What are we starting with?
I used to know that song off by heart. Okay, we'll start with the one that always confused me as a kid, ochre.
Ochre. Good start. 1 step forward. You can go up to 3 more, or you can pass it over to Clive.
I will say chocolate.
Chocolate. That's 2 steps forward. Any more?
Azure.
Azure. It's good. Are you going to make it a full boat, or are you going to pass it to Clive?
Let's go for lemon.
Lemon. It is a perfect boat. Very well done, David. 4 steps forward. Yes, phlox does not appear on the colours of Joseph's coat, and indeed, in primary school, we had to not only memorise the song, we also had to try and sing all the colours in one breath. Terrible, terrible, needless exercise.
Wow.
Well done,
Can you still
David.
do it?
I can still name them all, but I don't know if I could do it in one breath.
It was red and
Red
yellow
and green,
and
brown and
scarlet
and black and ochre and peach and
something
ruby and
something.
olive and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve and cream and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and grey and purple and white and pink and orange and blue. Oh, look at that. I can do
Well
it in
done,
one
Ben.
breath.
Well done, Ben.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done, Ben.
Absolutely no practical value in doing that. Other occasionally running choirs and the odd quiz from time to time. David, 4 steps forward.
Phlox.
And phlox. At the end, yeah, the missing one. What the phlox? Phlox was the missing answer.
Phlox. I don't think I've ever
What
heard
is
of
phlox?
It's a shade of something. It is an actual colour. I did look up a genuine other colour.
It's not a number of groups of birds.
I'm going to have to look it up now because it's going to bother me otherwise. It's a... okay, apparently it's a plant. It's also a shade of purple. It's sort of like the missing material colour from Unity. It's sort of like a bright magenta. But yeah, there we go. So Clive, it's going to go on to you. We're going to give the next question to the audience first, so you'll have a little minute to read it. Audience, again, over to you, whispering A to E or 1 to 5, up to 4. Remember, if you find the one missing answer, audience, you get nothing at all. So play it safe if you like. Here's your question, audience. States won by the GOP, in the 2016, but not in the 2020 US elections. Pennsylvania, Nevada, Michigan, Arizona, Wisconsin. States won by the GOP in the 2016, but not in the 2020 US elections. And those are your scores. A couple of 4s creeping up there. but quite a few zeros as well. There's a 12 and there's a 13. Who's on 13 over there at the moment? I think that's our leader. That would be Lupine one. Clive, this has fallen into... I know you like musical theatre, but also US politics as our only US representative on the bridge. What are you thinking?
Horribly, I've had this question in the last few days, and I don't remember what the answers were. I think Michigan might have been one, so I'll try that.
Michigan is one. You get to take a step forward.
And I'll also try Pennsylvania.
And Pennsylvania. Yes, correct. Lost by Hillary Clinton, but won by the president, Joe Biden. Now, you can continue, or you can pass it on to a run if you like. You can answer up to twice more. Wrong answer will send everyone else forward one step. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm not confident enough. I'll pass it on.
What?
We are coming to you then. 3 answers left. You must attempt at least one. One of those answers will send everyone else forward one. What do you want to do?
Right. Okay. Well, I will go for Wisconsin on the basis of very little.
On the basis of very little, Wisconsin?
Ooh.
That's a good answer. You take a step forward. Now, you can... Oh, hello. A message from our sponsor, Pyro Pygmy, mid-game.
Couldn't have timed a year better than the Series 8 opener Pyro P Hug.
Absolutely not. Thank you very much for the 12-month subscription there, Pyro Pygmy. 1 year on the season opener. Very grateful to you. Now, Arun, you can attempt to answer up to 3 more times, which will give you 2 free goes at the next question, but you have to get a 50-50 right if you're not sure, or you can pass the question over to Innes.
Now, does Innes know about US politics?
That is the question.
I will pass to Innes.
We're about to find out. Innes, you got a 50-50 choice, and you must attempt it at least once. Don't know if Arun's trying to throw you under the bus a little bit here. Nevada or Arizona? Do you know? And if not, what are you going to guess?
Shamefully, I admit I do get far too absorbed in US elections when they come around.
Oh, of course he does.
Better than his
Of course he does.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure that Nevada wasn't won by them on either occasion, so the answer must be Arizona.
Yes, it is. You take a step forward on the bridge, and quite right, Nevada was held by the Democrats in both elections. So, Innes, you do get to see the next question. You've still got up to 3 attempts, or you can pass it over to David. But before all of that, we need to give the next question to our audience. And audience, 20 seconds to get up to 4 answers in, and here is the question. UK places that have a cathedral. A. Arundel, B. Carlisle, C. Cambridge, D. Sheffield, E. Salisbury. 10 seconds left, and 5 seconds left, and 3, 2, 1. That is time in the audience game. Oh, a lot of 0 up there. There is a 4 over there. Very well played to that player who got 4. There's a 3 at the top. And that 4 is taking you into the lead on 14 points by the looks of it. Who does that belong to? NPL Dart taking the lead in the audience game. There are no medals in this game, incidentally. Just bragging rights and pennies. So, Innes, you do not have to play this question because you have already played. But remember, because there's 5 answers, a wrong answer would send everyone else forward too, and would send David through to the next round if you want to play and get it wrong. You don't have to. What do you think?
I'm pretty terrible at this kind of thing. There's exactly one that I feel confident about, and that's all I'll do. I'm pretty certain Salisbury as a cathedral is it's really big. It's known for that.
Salisbury?
I'll go for Salisbury. Yeah.
If I focus on the right window, that would help. Yeah, Salisbury is right. I've sung Evensong in Salisbury Cathedral.
Oh, very good.
We had a weekend there of sort of choral workshops concluding in singing choral Evensong. Wonderful place. Would recommend a visit. Arundel, Carlisle, Cambridge, Sheffield, or pass?
I just don't want to take a risk on this, even though I have an idea. I'll pass.
You're going to pass. David, we're coming to you. Why? Stop focusing on the wrong window then. David, you've got to give me at least 1. 2 of them will get you through to the next round. Wrong answer will send everyone else forward 1 and end your turn. What are you thinking?
I'm feeling all right about this. I recently boned up on city status in the UK because obviously a bunch of new cities were added at the Jubilee. So I seem to remember one of those not having a cathedral despite being a city.
Right.
So I am going to answer Sheffield.
Sheffield does have a cathedral. You're 1 away from a spot in the next round. You can try and take it now with the correct answer, or you can pass it over to Clive.
I'm going to take a punt, and I'm going to say Carlisle.
Carlisle. Does Carlisle have a cathedral? It certainly does, and you are through to the next round. And you're giving Clive the most difficult choice here. Very well done, David. You will get an advantage going into round 2, and we will see you there. But for now, Clive, it moves on to you. You've got to go for one of them. Is it going to be Arundel or Cambridge?
Yeah, cheers, David. On the basis there were a lot of zeros, and I thought Cambridge was likely. I'm going to dodge it and go for Arundel.
Arundel. Good decision. Yes, Arundel, just up the road from me, about 15 minutes from where I live. It is a Catholic cathedral. It is very much not a city. The only city in West Sussex is Chichester, which is the city 5 minutes from where I live. The cathedral in Arundel is a Catholic cathedral, but it does qualify as a cathedral. Despite a wonderful array of college chapels, Cambridge is one of a handful of UK cities not to have a cathedral. Very well played there, Clive. And you get first punt at the next question after the audience have seen it. You don't have to play because you've given it once. You've given an answer already, but remember, a wrong answer will send a run and Innes forward too. It's going to be up to you, but first of all, audience, have a look at this. We're after Disney films released in the 1950s. A. Peter Pan, B. Swiss Family Robinson, C. White Wilderness, D. Lady and the Tramp, E. Cinderella. 5 seconds left to answer in the lobby. 2, 1. And that is time. Any 4s? There is 1 4 over there. I think that might be MPL Dart. Quite a few 3s. MPL Dart, I think they're on 18, taking the lead in the audience game. Just for kudos, because there are no medals in this. Clive, you don't have to play if you don't want to. You can pass. It's up to you. What do you want to do? 3 away from safety.
I saw something about Peter Pan's star the other day being mistreated by Disney, and I think I remember them mentioning the 50s, so I'm going to try Peter Pan.
Try Peter Pan, might as well give it a punt. It's a 1 in 5. Is it right? Yes, it is. 2 away from home. Are you going to risk it on this question, or are you going to hope you get another chance coming round and pass it over to a run? Up to you.
Yeah, I'll have one more crack. I think Cinderella was 50s.
You think Cinderella was 50s? Let's have a look. 1950 to be exact, yes. Peter Pan, I think, was 1952, maybe 54. But yes, Cinderella was right. Now, Clive, you are 1 away from safety, and you have got 1 more attempt available. Do you want to tempt fate on a 1 in 3, or do you want to pass it over to a run? It's up to you.
Oh, irritatingly, I do. But it's only on a slight gut instinct that one of them was later. I'm going to try Swiss Family Robinson.
Swiss Family Robinson for a place in round 2. Was it released in the 50s?
No.
No! Swiss Family Robinson was released in 1960. White Wilderness was that weird thing where they drove lemmings over cliffs to start the rumour that lemmings commit mass suicide. 1958, I think. Lady and the Tramp, I want to say 1956. I don't have the individual years to hand. But yes, they were all in the
Lady and the
50s.
Tramp was 1955. Peter Pan was 1953. Swiss Family Robinson, I think, was 1960.
It was 90s. And that one I do write down because it was wrong. Of course you know all that off the top of your head. It is because you memorise lists as your nighttime reading. Clive, it was worth a punt because you were just 1 step away, but unfortunately it's a wrong answer, and a run and Innes encroach upon you and you end your turn there. So we move on to a run, but not before we have given the question to the audience. Now, a run, you could get home on this question, but first of all, let's give it to the audience, see what they think.
Not a film question.
Comedy specials by Jimmy Carr. A. Amusing stories. B. In concert. C. Being funny. D. Making people laugh. Or E. Telling jokes. 4 of those are genuine comedy specials by Jimmy Carr, and 1 of them is not. And that is time up in the audience. 1 4. And I think that's it. Stop counting. That person moves up to 10. MPL Dart still with the lead here of 20 points. And a run. You do have to play at least 1 because you're the first to answer this question. And a wrong answer would put Clive to the next round and put Innes 1 away.
Clive through, yeah. I think I know what one of them is. I'm pretty sure that Jimmy Carr in concert.
Jimmy Carr in concert. Let's have a look. Yes, I believe that was his first, or one of his first, if not his actual first. You take a step forward.
Right.
Three more, or clear the board and you get through to the next round, or you can pass it to Innes.
I think I've got to try and make a break for it here, because I don't think a question's going to get back round to me, so I'm going to just go for it.
Okay.
I think telling jokes is one of them.
Telling jokes. Was that a Jimmy Carr special? 2 away. 2 more potential attempts, or you can pass it to Innes. What do you think?
Okay, I've decided I'm not going to pass.
Okay.
I think I can sort of work out which one's wrong.
Okay.
I'm going to try as my next answer being funny.
Being funny is a right answer. You're 1 away from safety. Do you go for the 50-50? You've said you're not going to pass. You're not bound by that. What are you going to do?
I'm going to stick by that. Because I wouldn't really call Jimmy Carr a comedian who really tells stories as such. He more just tells a one-liner followed by another one-liner followed by another one-liner. So I think I'm going to try making people laugh.
For a place in round 2, making people laugh. Good decision. And I'm now very much wishing I'd put one-liners as my wrong answer there. Yes, amusing stories.
I'm very glad you did.
Was made up by me. Arun, very well played. You are through to round 2. We will see you there. That is the end of the question.
The funny thing about that is that all of Jimmy Carr's shows, I remember him saying that you can string them all together to make one sentence. So it would be Jimmy Carr live, in concert, being funny, telling jokes, making people laugh.
Ah, that sounds like something he'd do. I think he's sort of razor sharp smart as well. Wasn't he? He was a banker, or he was in finance or in economics or something before he got into comedy.
I think he was a banker or something. Yeah.
I think he did marketing for like an oil company.
Something
That sounds
quite
familiar as well. Yeah. But
I think he worked for Shell.
Shell. Yeah. Good. I quite like Jimmy. I have seen him live myself. I saw him. He played at the Chichester Festival Theatre when I was about 21. He was very. I did one of the. He asked the audience to heckle and suggest things to him, and he used one of mine. So I can probably say I have been unheckled by Jimmy Carr. Innes.
Well done.
For a space in round 2, you've got to get 3 right. If you get one wrong, though, it is going to be Clive into the next round. First of all, though, we need to give this question to the audience. Audience, on your keypads, A to E or 1 to 5, here is the question. Genuine dinosaurs, Gasosaurus, Bambiraptor, Apatosaurus, Irritator, Tricycloplots. 5 seconds to get your answers in, audience. And that is time. Quite a few 3s. I think I might see 1 4 over there on the right-hand side. NPL Dart still leading with 20. There is a 19 there in the middle. Who does that belong to? That would be DMC, a close second place at the moment. Though, of course, no medals in this game. There's no reason I couldn't put medals in this game. Anyway, Innes, you've got to attempt at least 1. 3 for a place in the next round. A wrong answer puts Clive through, so a lot of pressure on you here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'll just have to try and do an Arun and just make a break for it at this point. It'd be too much of a risk passing in. You know, if Clive only needs 1 to get through. Though it really is going to be a little more than a gamble. I can't claim to have much knowledge about this. Unless it's some kind of trick, and I have a horrible nagging feeling back in mind that like Apatosaurus, the name was changed or something, but that certainly is or was a dinosaur that I've heard of, so I'm going to tentatively go for that.
Apatosaurus?
Yes. Okay, phew.
You might be thinking of, I think it was either Brachiosaurus or Brontosaurus possibly was a mislabeled Apatosaurus and became known in common discourse.
It was Brontosaurus, yeah.
Brontosaurus, thank you, David. But wasn't actually a real dinosaur. But
that is what I'm thinking.
Apatosaurus, though, was 2 away from home.
Okay, trying to read your mind about which of these you would have made up. I mean, I don't actually know any of them, obviously. I feel as though Irritator is too strange to be anything other than a genuine answer, if you know what I mean. Like it sticks out. It just sticks out too much. I'm gonna chance my arm and hope that there actually was a dinosaur called Irritator.
Irritator. Yes, there was.
Okay.
One more for a place in the final, or the one wrong answer out of 3 puts Clive there. What's it going to be? Or are you going to pass and make Clive make the decision? But that is an option that's open to you. Because he's in the same spot at this point if you pass it to Clive. At the moment, yes, you've got a 2 in 3 of getting through. If you pass it, Clive's got a 2 in 3 of getting through. Very much up to you. But I don't want to. I don't want to accidentally say you must go for a guess, because you absolutely do not have to. You can pass this back to Clive.
I think you are right. I think the sensible play is for me to have a guess, though. I don't feel very confident. I will just. It's a stab. I will say tricycloplots.
Tricycloplots for a place in round 2. Is that a right answer? No!
Oh! Christ.
Tricycloplots is not a right answer. Bambi Raptor.
I thought you'd.
Bambi Raptor's a thing.
Yeah.
I thought
Bambi Raptor's a real thing. Yeah.
Up. I thought that was like
That's
so made up.
staple QI knowledge. Bambi Raptor. Yeah, and Gasosaurus is a real one. Tricycloplots, I saved myself the time of making one up. Tricycloplot was a name made up in the spur of the moment by William H. Macy's Paul Kirby in the 2001 film Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, very good.
I think he's actually referring to the Spinosaurus, but he says, "Oh yeah, but the next time that Tricycloplot turns up to try and eat us all," or something like that.
It's not a sat nav for tricycles, then.
It's not a sat nav for tricycles. Would have been nice. It is a made-up dinosaur, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And
Bambi Raptor was named after the 1942 film.
Indeed
Bambi.
so, because the dinosaurs have come since the rise of the film Bambi, and the dinosaurs have happened since then and were named after that film and have since died out. Or maybe it was discovered after the film and named as such. I think that might have been what you were getting at.
It was named after the Disney film. I know that much.
Was it actually? Because I was trying to be amusing there and imply that the dinosaurs came after
I think it
Bambi.
was because they were so small. They named it after Bambi.
Tiny little dinosaurs. Clive, by the skin of your teeth, you have gotten through to the next round. We will see you there. But Innes, I'm afraid the other 3 have crossed the bridge and you have not. But that means you do have to go out. Have you had a good time?
I've had a very good time. It has been good fun, and this is, as they say, a stacked lineup. So I don't feel any shame about going out against these guys. Best of luck for the rest.
And I'm very pleased, actually, we've got through 6 of the 9 questions, so I've got 3 free questions for next time, but you've got to see the bulk of them. Before you go, Innes, let's just see you jump into the pit of oblivion. Let's see how your high jump skills are. Oh, he nearly hung on! He nearly hung on, but not quite. Everyone else is like, no, Clive! No, Clive, no, Innes! But no, let's go to the next round.
They don't care that much.
They don't care that much.
No, we don't.
So, wait, Innes! No, we'll go... No, not really. We'll go to round.
No, we don't. No.
Innes, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you here, and we'll see you again soon, I hope.
Pleasure. Catch you soon.
Take care. So, David, Clive, and Arun go through to round 2. Let's go there now. All right, you 3, very well played. We are through to round number 2. David, Clive, and Arun. We're going to start by giving a little advantage to David, who managed to cross the bridge first. So David gets to take a step onto the bridge. In this round, 2 of you will play on every question and 1 of you will not. The order will rotate and cycle, so it will ultimately balance out. How this will work, one of the answers, there are 3 answers that will be displayed. One of the answers, will fulfill both of the criteria that are displayed. One of the answers will fulfill one of them, and one of them will fulfill neither. If you give me the answer that fulfills both, you get to take 2 steps forward on the bridge. If you give me the answer that fulfills one, you take 1 step forward. If you give me the answer that fulfills neither, both of your opponents get to take a step forward. After you have taken out one of the answers, one of the other players will get to attempt the other one. So if you get the 0-pointer, for example, on the first attempt, then it means the player who follows you will definitely be taking at least one step. That is how this round works. David has got the advantage, and in the audience game, all you've got to do is whisper A, B, or C at the front of the question, and you'll get 15 seconds to do that. You get 2 points if you get the double answer, 1 point for the single answer, and no points if you get the answer that is fully wrong. Here we go then. First set of criteria. And Clive, you're going to be starting this off. We are after a Robert Harris novel and a song by Bastille. Options are A, Whatever It Takes, B, The Ghost, C, Pompeii. Lots of trophies, and that's time up in the audience. So, Clive, what are we thinking?
None of this means a damn thing to me. I'll guess C, Pompeii.
Let's take a look. Good guess. Worth 2 steps. Yes. So 2 steps forward. So one of those is worth 1 step, and one of them will send the other 2 players through one. Who's got to take it on? Arun has. Whatever it takes on the ghost.
Well, I will try the ghost.
The Ghost. Let's take a look.
Oh.
It's good for a single step. Yes, that is a novel by Robert Harris. The other answer there, Whatever It Takes, that's actually a song by Imagine Dragons and is not a novel by Robert Harris. You're going? Going where? Oh, take dog for a walk. Hello, Mrs. Flush, by the way.
What did you think I meant?
I thought you were leaving me. No, don't pull that face. Mrs. Flush is going for a walk with the dogs.
Bye, Mrs. Flush.
Arun says bye. Oh,
Take it outside.
Dexter, yeah, this is a PG-13 stream. Please do not try to mount and stuff Hermione. Hermione, could you leave that open, because that's a lovely draft and I'm sweating buckets.
You are sweating.
Yeah, I might have to go change my shirt in a minute. So Arun, very good for 1 step forward. Yeah, Whatever It Takes is a song by Imagine Dragons. So David, you're going to get to start this next question, but before that, the audience is going to get to start it. Here it is. We're after a Breaking Bad episode title and a professional snooker player's nickname. A shotgun, B, breaker, C, rocket. A few ticks, a couple of trophies, and a few red crosses as well, and that is time up in the lobby game. David, what do you think?
Well, luckily, I just completed a complete rewatch of Breaking Bad.
You have, haven't you? We've just started watching Better Call Saul.
Oh, it's so good. I love it so much.
When we're not in the middle of a game, as and when either you win or are eliminated, I will talk to you about that. But for now, what are you going to say?
I know one of those. I know one of those is definitely a snooker player's nickname, and I know for sure that one of them is a Breaking Bad episode title. So I am going to say A, shotgun.
Let's have a look. Shotgun. Worth 2 steps. Yes, season 4, episode 5 is called Shotgun, as is the snooker player Jamie Cope. His nickname is the Shotgun. So, Clive, one of those is worth 1 step, and one of them will send Arun and David forward. One, breaker or rocket. What do you think?
I swear I've heard someone called Rocket before. I'm not sure if it was in the context of snooker, but it's all I've got to go on. So
let's have a look.
I'll try it.
Yes, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Ronnie the Rocket. There is an episode of Breaking Bad called Breakage, but not Breaker. So B, breaker, would have been the wrong answer there. Very well done, Clive and David. 3 steps forward. Arun, some ground to make up, but you are going to be starting the next question after the audience have had a go. Let's take a look. We're after a football club with more than 30 million Twitter followers and a football club that has won the Champions League. Manchester United, Liverpool, or Arsenal?
Can someone confirm that these are all football clubs?
I can confirm that they are indeed all football,
okay, thank you.
as you say, clubs. Time up in the lobby. 25 looks to be our lead. I think it's still with NPL Dart. Arun, what do you think?
Why would you follow a football club on Twitter? Right.
Twitter's going to Twitter.
I have got... Okay. You know what, Clive, you know the last one, how you said you'd very little to go on? I've got less to go on. I'm going to try Arsenal.
Arsenal. Let's take a look at Arsenal. Oh, that is the wrong answer. 19.5 million followers and have never won the Champions League. They lost 2-1 to Barcelona in 05-06. David and Clive getting an extra step forward, and whoever has the second half of this question is guaranteed at least one step. It's going to be David. Is it going to be one step, or is it going to be two? Manchester United or Liverpool?
So, they've definitely both won the Champions League, and I think, based on worldwide, I think Manchester United has a bigger following than Liverpool does. I think for example, more Americans I think have heard of Manchester United than have heard of Liverpool. So, I'm going to be on that. I'm going to go for Man United.
That's a good punt.
Actually, it's fun with that.
31 million followers on Twitter, and they won the Champions League in 07 and 08. Liverpool last won the Champions League in 18-19, but clocking just over 21 million followers on Twitter. We've got a bit of a disparate bridge going on. David is 2 away from safety. Clive is slap bang in the middle, and Arun is just 1 step in. Let's see what happens as we go to the next question. And we give it to the audience first. It's going to be Clive to answer first. After the audience, we're after an Old Testament book and a member of the band Good Charlotte, James Joel Joshua. A lot of green ticks, a couple of trophies coming up. There's a red cross there, and that is time up in the audience. 27 NPL darts still with our lead up there. Clive, what do you think?
Not religious, and it's one of those many, many lists I've told myself to study and never bothered to study. I think there's a James. I'll try James.
James. Is James worth some steps? It is, but not for you, I'm afraid. David and Arun get to take a step forward. Yes, James is a book in the New Testament, and there is no member of Good Charlotte by that name. So, bit of pressure on you here, and David is just 1 step away from the end. And David gets to answer the next question, and we know what this is going to be because the wrong answer's gone. Do you want to just play? It doesn't really matter at this point, David. What are you going to go for?
I mean, I'm actually a really big fan of Good Charlotte, so these questions have kind of fallen well for me between Breaking Bad and Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte is founded by the Madden brothers. One of them is called Benji, and I believe he's married to Cameron Diaz. The other one is married to Nicole Richie, and he is called Joel.
Yes, he is. Showing off you. Look at you flapping your big brain around, your big sexy brain around like that. Getting 2
being a
steps.
wanker, I'm sorry.
You only get to take 1 because I've programmed it that way. Otherwise, you might risk falling off the end. David, you are through to the next round, and you're the first to cross the bridge. Yes, as you go, David has saved us a huge amount of time by being completely and utterly right about everything. Lead singer of Good Charlotte is called Joel Madden, and Joel and Joshua, both books of the Old Testament. David has crossed the bridge. And we go to another question. It's between Clive and Arun to get to the other side. But first of all, audience, over to you. We are after a Darren Brown live show and a Nestle chocolate bar. Enigma, Secret, or Apocalypse are your options there. A lot of green ticks here. A lot of people finding the 1. Quite a few chalices as well. And 1 or 2 red crosses. That's time up. Clive, what are we going for?
I'm slightly worried. I'm thinking of that attraction at Thorpe Park or whatever, but I'm going to try Enigma.
Enigma. Is Enigma a right answer? It's worth 1 step. I'm not going to say too much about it in case it gives stuff away. Arun, you're going to get to punt at the other answer. Might be the first time we've seen this. There's a 2-stepper up there, and there's a Clive stepper up there. Enigma was worth 1 step. Secret or Apocalypse? A Darren Brown live show and a Nestle chocolate bar.
I enter this question with the same level of happiness as I see a football question. The only thing I've got to go on is nobody is going to name a chocolate bar Apocalypse, are they?
I don't know, they might do.
What does an Apocalypse chocolate bar? Whereas, Secret. Oh, does it contain lemon? Does it contain orange? Hazelnut? What does it contain? I'm going to go with Secret.
Is it Secret? Yeah, of course it is. Darren Brown live show. I have to say, I've written in my notes, I'll totally eat a chocolate bar called Apocalypse. Of course, Darren Brown did the Apocalypse TV series in 2012, but it wasn't one of his live shows. Enigma and Secret were among his
I didn't even know
shows.
that much.
I went to see him about 2 weeks ago, and that show was called Showman. The one in 2015 was Miracle. There's also Infamous, Something Wicked This Way Comes, Svengali, Evening of Wonders, and Darren Brown Live, which I think that, in the context of this question, might have been slightly too easy. I don't think there's going to be a chocolate bar called Darren Brown Live.
Do one called Snickers then.
No, he did the Darren Brown Snickers. That would have been a good show. Arun getting 2 steps there. That's the end of the question. We're going to go on to the next one. And Arun, you're going to be starting this time after the audience have had a go. We're after a male UK gladiator and a species of heron. Tempest, Goliath, and Hawk are your options. A few trophies, quite a few ticks as well, and a few red crosses. Time's up for the audience. Arun, what do you think?
I will go for. Oh, now hang on a minute. Because I've been. No, I'll stay with what I originally thought, and no, I'll stay with it.
One more time.
Is Tempest.
Tempest.
Tempest is certainly a gladiator. I have no idea if they're real or not.
Let's take a look. Tempest.
Ah, yeah.
Wrong swing. Yeah, Tempest was a female gladiator. You
Tempest
were
is
right
a woman, yeah.
Tempest was a lady, and there is no heron called Tempest. So this is where, Clive, it will make a difference on which decision you go for here. The one
That
step.
feels awful.
The 1 step will get you 1 step close to the end. The 2-stepper will put you through to the next round and throw a run into the pit of oblivion. Goliath or Hawk, a male UK gladiator and a species of heron.
Would you have a hawk heron? I mean, that just sounds awful. No, I'm gonna go for Goliath.
Goliath. For a place in the next round and the final, is it Goliath? Focus on the right window. Why can't I click?
Oh, this is tension. This is tension.
Why is this
You're
not...
making it tense, Ben.
Oh god, everything might have broken.
Too much tension.
Okay, something is wrong. That it's not letting me go B.
Oh, we'll just have to go with Hawk Heron then, won't you?
Hang on a minute. I'm going to have to look at the class. Let me look at the script a minute and find out why it's not letting me press B. Lock in B. If twitch.com players answer... No, that's false. Gameplay stage case 15, which it... Oh, we're on 16. Why are we on 16? Gameplay stage equals milestone round 2 next phase. I don't know why it's gone to 16. That is a bug. Can someone note that down? If I change that to 15, which is what we're actually at, what are we saying? Goliath?
Yes, please.
Sure you're not tempted by Hawk?
Now it's saying
I've run it
switch
through
the
my head a
player.
few million times.
Oh,
It
I know
still
why.
sounds like shit.
I know why. It's because I need to press that button.
Ah!
Oh.
It's because it put Clive. It turned your bridge on, but it didn't actually set you as the focus player. That's all that.
It did
was for
what?
So the game has got a focus player at any one time, and you were still the focus player, but you can't answer twice, which is why it was just locking up. I need to press the button to switch the player after you got it wrong. So Clive, Goliath or Hawk?
I think I'll stick with Goliath, please.
Sure you're not tempted by... Okay,
So we're not going to waste any more time on that one. Yes, it is the Goliath Heron, and all three were gladiators from the 2008 Revival series. Goliath was WWE wrestler Mason Ryan. That sounds like something Oni's written. That doesn't sound like something I researched. His career is most politely described as inessential. I'm 90% sure that's been written by Oni. I don't remember writing that. Tempest, as I pointed out, was a female gladiator. And the only one of there that was a heron is the Goliath. Mike Trader, welcome to the stream. Great to have you with us. Arun, you put up a good fight, but you got to the centre of the bridge and it's time to go into
not done yet. Clive still might switch to Hawk. Okay, we're done yet.
No, he's not. Set the explosives and run into the pit you go. Have you had a good time?
I have. Thank you very much for having me.
As fun to play as it was to write, and you may not want to answer that because I don't know if you actually did have fun writing it.
I will not answer them.
Pog. Arun, great sport as ever. Thank you very much for playing. We'll see you
Thank
again.
you.
And we look
Best luck,
forward
you
to
two.
seeing your pack on the first formal game of this in a few weeks' time.
Ooh.
Will be
Tension.
fun. Tension indeed. You get to enjoy it from the other side of the fence. So it is going to be David and Clive in the final. Let's go there now.
Can I make a suggestion?
You can.
That the when someone falls into the pit, it should have the sound effect from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the Bridge of Death. It's just basically like a giant Wilhelm scream. You haven't seen that one, have you?
I don't like Monty Python.
Oh,
I'm really sorry.
Never mind.
I just don't. I could do this noise. That might be quite fun. So go into
That'll
the
do.
pit. That'll do. So, David, you were first across the bridge, so you get an advantage moving forward in this one. In this round, the objective is once again to get to the other side of the bridge. You'll be presented with a question without options. If you choose to answer without seeing any options and are correct, you get to take 3 steps forward on the bridge. If you look at the question and you think, I don't really fancy that without some options, you can choose to see 4 options. If you get it right, then you get 2 steps. If you're really not liking the question, you can choose to see just 2 options, but that is only worth 1 step. Worth pointing out, if you get the question wrong, your opponent gets a step forward automatically, and then they get a chance to answer the question in an easier form, i.e. with some options, for another bonus step. If you choose to see 2 options and get it wrong, your opponent gets 2 steps automatically. That is how this round will work. And again, the lobby game will go first, so we'll give the audience 15 seconds, and if you're playing in the audience game, you have 15 seconds to make up your mind. You can only answer each question once, audience. So if you see the question on its own, and you think, I'm going to have a go at that, if you're wrong, you cannot answer even if options are then displayed. So there's a little bit of pressure on you to decide, is the hot seat player going to attempt this without seeing options? Because if they do, then you might lose access to the question altogether if they choose to attempt the question and get it right. I have put in a fail-safe, because I know this was causing some issues last time, a fail-safe insofar as I cannot press the buttons until the audience time expires. So, let's find out who's up first. It's going to be going to the audience either way. David, you're up first. Here is the question without options. Which French composer is best known for his flute sonata and his novelettes for solo piano? Audience, if you want to have a go, if you get this one wrong, you cannot attempt if David chooses to see options. 3 players have had a go so far, and that is time up. 4 players have had a go, so everyone else is hoping that David is going to have a look at some options. Or do you know David?
Of course I don't know. It's classical music. What are you talking about?
Is it going to be 4 options or 2, or a wild stab in the dark?
Oh... Give me 2.
2. Remember, if you get this one wrong, Clive automatically gets 2 steps.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 seconds to the audience. 2 options. Which French composer is best known for his flute sonata and his novelettes for solo piano? Is it Claude Debussy or Francis Poulenc? A few seconds left in the audience, and that is time up. David, what do you think?
Well, thankfully, I know a little bit of Debussy's works. I've never heard of Francis Poulenc. So, based on what I know about Claude Debussy, I don't remember him having a flute sonata. I've never heard of the novelettes. They sound like a Motown band from the 60s.
Nice.
But, so, yeah, just on literally that, on the thinnest of threads, I'll take a stab at Francis Poulenc.
Good decision. Yes, you get to take 1 step forward. The novelettes are delightful, proper neoclassical music. Debussy, most famous probably for Sweet Beggar Masque, Clair de Lune. The flute sonata. Really good piece. It's only about 12 minutes long. I'd recommend giving it a listen. Francis Poulenc flute sonata. Good decision, David. You are now 2 steps forward on the bridge. Clive, coming over to you. Those are the scores in the lobby. 31 looks to be the high score at the moment. I think that's still with MPL Dart. Clive, here's a question for you. And audience, if you want to answer it, now's your chance. When Tony Blair became Prime Minister, who was Speaker of the House of Commons? And time up in the audience. 4 people have attempted and got it right. 5 people have got it right in the audience game. Clive, do you want to attempt this unaided, or do you want to see some options?
I can't believe Score finally got to do Suplas. I like British politics, but I'm not up on the stuff that happened before I started paying attention, so I'll go duo, please.
Just the 2 options?
Yep.
Let's have a look. When Tony Blair became Prime Minister, who was Speaker of the House of Commons? Was it John Bercow or was it Betty Boothroyd? Lots of answers coming in the audience game, and that's time up. Was that time up? I think that must be time up. It says time up in the chat. Clive, what are you going for? Bercow or Boothroyd?
Obviously, I know Bercow was Speaker until quite recently. I don't think he went that far back to the 90s. And I also thought Betty Boothroyd was earlier than that for some reason. But I don't think Bercow was that far back. I'll try Betty Boothroyd.
Let's have a look. Good decision. She resigned in the year 2000. Bercow was the incumbent Speaker. Gordon Brown was the incumbent Prime Minister. When John Bercow came in, I believe, in 2009, but it wasn't Tony Blair, and it certainly wasn't when Tony Blair first started. You get to take 1 step onto the bridge. Very well played. Send that question there. MPL Dart still with lead 31. There's 28, a couple of 28s there in the middle. There's 29 up in the top right as well. David, coming back to you, here's a question. And audience, if you want to answer without options, now's your chance. Prince Mishkin is the central character in which novel? And that is time up in the audience. 3 players having a go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 4 players having a go. 3 of them right. The rest of the audience are going to hope, David, that you're going to put some options up there, otherwise they're going to miss out on this question. What do you think?
I've not heard of the character. I could hazard a guess as to sort of what part of the world they would come from, but I couldn't begin to tell you like an actual novel. So yeah, let's put some options up. I'll play it safe again and go for 2.
Let's go for 2. Let's take a look. Prince Mishkin is the central character in which novel? The Idiot or Anna Karenina?
Okay, well...
Has that helped in any way?
Well, I was thinking it sounds Russian, and then Anna Karenina is obviously famously Russian. But again, thankfully, fortunately, you've put up like a really, really famous novel where I know a little bit about the characters in it. So I'm gonna do what I did the last time and go for the one I've not heard of again, and just hope it pays off. Just go for a string of 50-50. So yeah, I'm gonna say the Idiot.
Let's have a look. I mean, one would hope the central character in Anna Karenina is Anna Karenina.
Central character. I forgot.
That might have been another idiot to that question, possibly.
I completely missed that word. I just thought it was is a character.
Central character, yeah.
Okay, I think we know who the idiot is here.
You're another step forward. The other options, incidentally, if you'd gone for 4, would have been War and Peace and Crime and Punishment, so all Russian novels.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you've been kind of lucky that it's thrown Anna Karenina up at you there, and then you've completely missed a single one of the words from the question, which may have put you towards the right answer, but you got there anyway. Very well played.
After this, I'm going to have to read Anna Karenina while listening to Debussy, just to say thanks.
That's a good idea. French and Russian together can't be bad from a classical music point of view. Clive, coming over to you, a chance to take the lead if you answer the question without options. Let's take a look at what it is. Audience first. The meme "Press X to Jason" first featured in which video game? 10 seconds, 5 seconds in the audience. Quite a few people going for this without options and getting it right. Clive, do you know, or do you want to put some options up?
I've seen the videos, I'm pretty certain, and I'm trying to remember it. It's, I think, by that guy that everyone makes fun of now. What's his name? Cage or something. But I can't remember exactly which one this was. I'll go for the 4 options.
4 options. Let's take a look for 2 steps. The meme "Press X to Jason" first featured in which video game? A. Alan Wake, B. Heavy Rain, C. Beyond Two Souls, D. Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy.
I'm pretty certain it was Heavy Rain.
You
Go for that.
Let's have a look. Is it Heavy Rain? Press X to Jason. And yes, David Cage, the creator of 3 of those games. Alan Wake was created from the guys who did, or they had connections with the people who did Max Payne. Max Payne was Rockstar, but it wasn't Rockstar who did Alan Wake. But yeah, Heavy Rain, really enjoyed that game. I know everyone makes fun of him because it's basically watching a 10-hour film with a piece of plastic in your hands, but I enjoyed it for what it was. Very well done, Clive. You have tied things up with David. And that's the end of that question. Let's check out the scores. MPL still on 32. There's a 29 and a 30, a 28. I think that 28 is marked. There's a 33 up in the top right. Who does that belong to? We'll find out in a minute. David, question for you. It's Lupine up in the lead. Which actor holds the record for most BAFTAs for Best Actor? 10 seconds if you want to attempt this in the audience without options. Everyone seems to be holding fire at the moment. And that is time up. So David, you could upset everybody by answering this off the bat and not giving anyone any options, and no one in the audience will get any points. Or you can have a look at some options. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, I've got a few candidates going around my head, but not certain enough to just take a punt. Let's go for the 4.
Let's have a look at 4. Here we go. Which actor holds the record for most BAFTAs for Best Actor? A. Michael Gambon, B. Robbie Coltrane, C. Mark Rylance, or D. Benedict Cumberbatch? A few seconds left if you want to answer in the chat. And that is time up. If David gets this wrong, then and you haven't answered yet in the lobby, then you will get another opportunity to answer. But if David gets it right, then you won't. David, what do you think? Gambon, Coltrane, Rylance, or Cumberbatch?
Okay. I honestly have no idea. I think. Yeah. Benedict Cumberbatch, I think. See, this is just BAFTAs for Best Actor in general. It's not for film or television or anything. It's just
Best Actor.
Just Best Actor, yeah. Based on that, I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch probably won a couple for Sherlock. Robbie Coltrane, maybe he won for. Would he have won for Cracker? I think he won a few for Cracker. Actually, I think about it. I was looking up my BAFTAs a few days ago.
I'm going to point out something I haven't pointed out yet in this game. Obviously, feel free to sort of use me as a sounding board, but remember, everything that you say is giving information to Clive, and if you do end up being wrong, you might have inadvertently given Clive some more information. So I don't want to stop you being a sounding notice. You're very welcome to do that, but just bear in mind that Clive is sitting here absorbing everything you say in the hope that you get it wrong.
Yeah.
Shit, was I supposed to be listening?
Clive zoned out. He was thinking about soup.
All right. I don't know much about the rest of them. I know more about Oscars than BAFTAs. Based on what I've said already, I'll say Robbie Coltrane.
Robbie Coltrane. Let's take a look. Is that the right answer? It's not. And Clive takes a step forward and goes down to 2 options. Audience, you've got a chance to answer again now, A or C. And we'll let the audience run out of time. There's time up in the audience. Clive, you've got the step because David got it wrong. Gambon or Rylance is the correct answer.
I wasn't very keen on answering this one. I haven't got a Scooby.
You don't. There's no extra step for David if you're wrong. It's just a bonus step if you're right.
Oh, fabulous. In that case, I won't think too much about it, and I'll go for Gambon.
Gambon. That's a good strategy there, Clive. You get another step for being absolutely spot on. Gambon has won 4 from 4 nominations, 3 of them consecutive. David, you were leafing around the right area with Coltrane. He's won 3, all of them consecutively, and all for Cracker. Cumberbatch has the most nominations of the 4 with 6, but he's only got 1 win, and Rylance has 2 wins from 2 nominations. Clive now taking the lead, and with the advantage of seeing the next question, let's go there now. We are at 32, we've got 34, couple of 34s, there's a 29, another 29, some good scores coming up in the lobby game here. Clive, if you answer this question without seeing options, then you have won the game. If you go for options, the best you can do is 1 step away. Let's take a look. Audience first. What is the shortest book in the Old Testament? Second Old Testament question of the quiz. 10 seconds if you do want to have a go. Oh, we've got a couple of players have picked up 3 points there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Quite a few players going in for it and getting a wrong answer, but 3 of them do manage to get 3 points. Clive, do you want to try and match them? Do you know this? We've had this conversation already tonight, I think.
I don't care how many religion questions you give me. I'm not converting.
That's fair.
I have no clue. I'll go for 2.
Just for the 2 for a single step. What is the shortest book in the Old Testament? Is it Obadiah or the Song of Solomon? Bear in mind, going for 2, a wrong answer will send David forward 2 steps.
Yep. The worst part is I'm sure you've asked this one before. And I remember it being one that I don't recall hearing before that question, so I'm going to try Obadiah.
Is it Obadiah? Yeah, it is. With just 669 nice words across one short chapter of 21 verses, Obadiah is by far the shortest book of the Old Testament. If you'd gone for 4, the Revelation of John would have been there, but that's in the New Testament. It's also longer at 11,952. The Song of Solomon, quite a bit longer, about 21 chapters in that. Clive, you're 2 away from safety, but David has got a chance to equalise if he can get this question without seeing options. Let's see what comes up. 2 players on 34 still in the audience game, and audience first, here is the question. In what sort of shop did the Great Fire of London start? 10 seconds if you want to answer in the audience. In what sort of shop did the Great Fire of London start? That's a lot of trophies there, a lot of people trying this one, and that is time up. Maybe they're thinking David needs to try this without answering, or maybe they just know. David, what do you think? Do you want to see some options, or do you want to go for it without?
I'm going to go for it without.
What do you think?
Because I'm pretty sure. Am I allowed to just guess right now? Yeah.
Yes, the audience game is off. You can guess if you like. If you're wrong, though, bear in mind you're giving information to Clive.
Because I believe it started in a bakery on Pudding Lane, so I'm going to say a bakery.
Let's take a look. Spot on. Bakery, absolutely right. 3 steps forward, you pull equal with Clive. The options that would have come up there were a baker, a bakery, a butcher's, an apothecary, and a haberdashery, and it was indeed a bakery on Pudding Lane. You're 2 away from safety, and anyone who didn't answer that one, bad luck. David decided not to go for options, so you lose out on that question. You're neck and neck, but Clive with a chance to get home if you go for 4 options and get it right. But it's a big risk, because if you go for 4 options and get it wrong, David gets a step automatically, plus a chance to finish with the bonus point. You could just go for 3, Clive, and that would send you home, but you might as well go for 4 options on this one, because 2 is all you need to get home. Here is the question, audience first. Which Greek hero was called the Breaker of Horses by Homer? 10 seconds to answer in the lobby game. 1 player getting it right, a few more attempting it and getting it wrong. And that is time up. Clive. Again, you don't have to see 4 options, but unless you absolutely know this, you might as well. What do you think?
I don't know, and I'm not sure having 4 options would help me. I'm trying to decide if I'd rather gamble on the 1 in 4 shot or on David getting a hard question next time around, if there is a next time around.
Bear in mind, if you go for 2 options and you get it wrong, David wins the game.
Exactly. I don't know it, and I don't want to take the 1 in 4 guess, so I'm going to go for the duo.
Let's have a look at 2 options. Which Greek hero was called the Breaker of Horses by Homer? Was it Alexander the Great, or was it Hector? Audience coming through, pretty much splitting the room like Brexit there. Some greens and some reds. That's time up. One way or another. Well, if you get this one right, Clive, then David does get another question. If you get this one wrong, then David has won. What do you think?
Yeah, I still don't think I would have got it from 4, so I'm at peace with my decision. I don't think Alexander the Great would be the breaker of horses. I cannot think of a reason why you assign that to him, so I'm going to go for Hector.
Let's take a look. A safe decision, but the right decision. You are 1 step away from winning the game, but pressure on at this point as David has control. Hector was the right answer. Let's end that question right there. 34s is a couple of 38s over there. What's 38 times 5? 170 something probably. Big pennies going out. David, we're coming over to you, and again, same decision that Clive had to make. You can attempt this without seeing any options, but you might as well see 4 because you only need 2 steps to win the game. Here is your question, audience first. Les Bageneuses is an oil on canvas by which painter? Les Beige Noises. My French is appalling. I apologise. Is an oil on canvas by which painter?
I think it's Bagneuse.
Bagneuse, that sounds like it could be right. Les Bagneuse is an oil on canvas by which painter. Now, big decisions to make. No one in the audience has gotten this one right. You don't need to attempt this one. There's no sense in doing that. Going for 4 would give you a chance of winning. But going for 4 and getting it wrong would give Clive the win. If you go for 2 and get it wrong, then Clive wins. If you go for 2 and get it right, then Clive could still win. David, big decision.
I think mathematically, I mean, given the quality of the opposition, I think if Clive gets another question, he'll probably get it right. So I think my only option is to try and go for the win here now.
Okay.
I don't really have any idea. I mean, it sounds French. But I think I'll do everyone the favour and have the 4 options.
You think it sounds French? Let's see if those 4 options help. Le Bagneuse is an oil on canvas by which painter? Manet, Degas, Monet or Renoir? And I can only apologise because they are all French. Most of the audience giving this one a go. So if you get this one right, you win the game. This is going to be the last question because you've gone for 4 options. You get it right, you win the game. You get it wrong, and Clive wins the game.
Oh, I have no idea. I was hoping it was going to be like 3 Russian painters and a Frenchman.
Not in the end game, mate. Come on.
Which I think might be a Monty Python sketch. Okay, right. Manet, Degas, Monet. I'm just trying to think about the little that I know about like Monet and Manet, and I can't remember. Like they were watercolors, weren't they, rather than or oil on canvas? Or is that the same thing, or is that different? I really know nothing about art. Help! Oh, God. See, this is the thing: is that I've had questions on Russian literature, classical music, and art, and of course Clive gets the video game question.
They're all very much in my wheelhouse, apart from art, which I put in from time to time when I think I should be more cultured. But
I know a little bit about Monet. I know a little bit about Degas. I don't know that much about Manet or Renoir. Oh, I'm gonna go for Renoir, I think. Just D for David, why not? Renoir, final answer.
You're not a millionaire now, but for the win, is it Renoir? It is Renoir, and David takes the victory. 2 steps.
How did I get a painting question right? What?
Overtaking Clive, and Clive left just 1 step short of the end.
Sorry, Clive, that was a complete guess.
That was very well played, man. GG.
Oh, which
well
means
played.
One of you has crossed the bridge, and David, you are our champion. I have to get rid of the question first. But Clive, thank you for playing, but it's off to the pit you go. Very well played to you both, and David Stravdi, our winner right there, very well played. Before, though, we get to David, Clive, what a great game. That was so yo-yo-ish, I think I would
know,
call
right?
that.
I think I'm undeniably the weakest of all 4 of the players here, so I'm chuffed with second.
You do yourself a disservice, sir. Well, because I tell you what, because you couldn't play in the lobby game, and because you don't necessarily get a shot at the final, Clive, I'm going to give you 100 pennies for your runner-up position there. So, very well played, and I hope you enjoyed the experience.
That was great fun. Cheers, Ben.
Good stuff. Well, maybe we'll see you in one of the playoffs in a few weeks' time.
Hopefully. See you later.
Thanks very much, Clive. Take care. Which means, David, you are our winner, and likewise, because you couldn't play in the lobby game, and because that is not necessarily a ticket, it will be first reserve. I think is how we're going to do this, because it's a pilot game, because there's possibly still things that won't work. And I will also say, I'm not going to players who get into the subsequent playoff games, I will exclude them from future playoffs and limit them to the audience game. I'm not going to do that with the with the pilot game, because that would be seemingly unfair. But David, I am going to give you 200 pennies for coming out on top there, and you may well be first reserve if
That's all right.
The
That
winners
makes up for going out in the first round of the Escape Artist.
Yeah, so it balances out. You're the winner. You're the winner of the pilot of the bridge. How did you find it?
That was great fun. Like I didn't see any of the tests or anything like that, so I was literally sort of learning the game as I went along. And I can't really say the questions fell for me because Russian literature and classical music and French painting, but the multiple choice really helped a lot. So I think that's like if you'd asked me to conjure Renoir off the top of my head, I wouldn't have been able to do it. But yeah, I've also just realised, and I hope he doesn't take this personally, but I finally beat Innes in a hot seat game.
Hey!
So after like three defeats in a row or whatever it was,
Well,
but
3-1 now, 3-1.
yes. But no, that was this is a great new addition, and I can't wait to watch the rest of the tryouts. Yeah.
Well, I am very much looking forward to the feedback from the lobby game, and I must apologise, lobby game. I still haven't done a sort of finalist leaderboard to sort of show the scores. It would be as simple as putting in one button just to flip you all around and show your scores with the name underneath, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. But the pennies are working, so whatever your score was at the end of the last question, times it by 5, and all being well, they should be added to your total. They won't have been done yet. Oh no, it should have been done because it says data has been written to drive. So hang on, if I refresh the app, which I've now done, if you check your pennies, so Puzzle Dan, if you won any pennies in that game, they should now be showing up. If they're not, then I need to go back and fix that. But yeah, it's quite a long game actually. It's sort of checking my watch. It's about an hour and 15 from when I opened the lobbies, so you know it's quite a long game. But as it's going to be sort of the flagship game for this season, and it's largely appearing on stream on its own. It's hive length, but it's hopefully good fun. But I know, as Aaron has remarked to me, and I've noticed as well, it is probably the most difficult write from a writer's perspective and say in that particular pack I've got 5 questions in the last round that weren't used because they might have been needed, and 3 questions in the second round and 3 questions in round 1A. So, you know, they'll be able to roll forward, and maybe we can make together a community pack from leftover questions at some point. But yeah. Well, David, you are our champion. Very well played.
Thanks very much. I'm going to go and listen to some good Charlotte and some Debussy in a mashup.
That sounds good to me. It doesn't. It sounds horrible. One at a time. I'll alternate the tracks, but together. I don't know. Could you do Lifestyles of the Rich of the Famous meets Claire de Lune? I don't know if that would work.
I'd certainly give it a go.
Let's
I mean, I can play the former on the drums and the guitar. So
can we do minstrels with Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous? They're always complaining. Yeah. Doesn't quite work, does it? Anyway, David, you've been a great sport. Very many congratulations. 200 pennies to you, and maybe we'll see you in a future game.
Thanks very much. Have a good rest of the season, Ben.
Thank you, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, as ever, if you would like to leave some feedback on that is the formal pilot episode after 2 trial runs. There's probably some things that still need doing, not least of all the things I've mentioned there, like the final scores for the lobby game. I might need to slightly edit the pennies that are going at 5 times high score. It feels about right at the moment, sort of if the high score is in sort of 40-ish. Then that's a penny distribution of 200, which feels about right for quite a long game. But yeah, look forward to your feedback on that. A couple of other things that I do need to add, not to mention, of course, the workflow of revealing the answers from the lobby game as well. So that is almost it, but because it's the pilot, we're going to do one more. Now, I said this stream is going to be a particularly long one, but moving forward, streams are going to be curtailed in length quite substantially. So Tuesday and Thursday next week, it's 1 or 2 games. They're probably going to be an hour and a half. So tonight's looking to be a 3-hour stream, but this is a one-off. Moving forward, we are going to be containing stuff. But we have got Red Herrings from Brian after the break, the return of Red Herrings. And if you thought the packs over this evening have been maybe a bit on the tricky side, I think maybe they've been a little bit tricky. This Red Herrings pack is very friendly, very accessible, and I've added a feature that lets players join at any time during the game. So if you miss the lobby, you should still be able to come in and join the game. So that's fun. don't go away. I'll play a very short ad break. I'm going to give you some... What is this game that we're playing? Bridge. Let me give you some bridge pennies, which are... going to be worth 86. Write it in the suggestion channel. Don't write it in the chat because I won't read it here. But chuck it in the suggestion channel in the Discord, and I'll have a read of it there. Bridge, whatever it is. Bridge 86. 86 pennies if you type Bridge 86 in the next 30 seconds. Don't go away because after the ad break, it's Brian's Red Herrings pack. Looking forward to playing it with you. We'll see you in a minute. And congratulations to David. You crossed the bridge. See you in a minute. And don't go away because when we return, the final game of the night will be Red Herrings, as written by Brian. Very family friendly, very friendly, very accessible from lots of point of view. So lots of pennies, potentially the points to be won. I hope you'll stick around and join me for it. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the third and final part of this evening's game night, and we've just got time for a quick game of Red Herrings to finish off the night. This has come to us from Brian, aka bhuang888, and very accessible, very friendly pack. I think we'll have a lot of fun with this one, and I'm very grateful to me who proved it. I proved it myself. Can't be grateful to myself, but you might notice the random box at the top of the statistics bar. That is for a very good reason, because as I mentioned, you can now join this game midway through. So if we do have any players come to join in midway through the game, then you can join in. But your best bet, if you want to take part, is to come and join this lobby game, ZFAW. Welcome Bruder Knut and Maxio to the stream. Great to have you with us. Hope you're keeping well. Zfar. Final game of the night is Red Herrings by Brian. Maybe the packs have been a little bit tricky tonight, but this one is a bit more friendly and accessible. And hey, it's just a generally fun-loving game, am I right? Of course I'm right. Come and play, you know you want to. It's a good start. 32 players into the lobby. Any more for any more? I'll give it a few more minutes before I'm just ignoring the suggestions channel. I'll read it later. Although, judging by... I've read the bot moderation channel, which shows all the edits, so I'm assuming there's going to be a few things to read. Some things I'm expecting, but yeah, that's how it goes. So, this comes to us from Brian, alumnus of Escape Artist and Purge Packs towards the second half of last season. He's kicking off this season with a lovely, friendly game of Red Herrings, and I hope you're ready to play. I'd say the only change I've made to this game is that you can join midway through. Apart from that, all the rules are the standard classic Red Herrings that we know and love. And yeah, I'll give you a few more minutes to come and join. I am feeling quite happy with how this season opening has gone, apart from the random crash of OBS earlier on. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but I think it's gone quite well, and I'm glad to be back. Thank you all, everybody, by the way, for coming back. I know sort of 3 weeks is quite a long time to take a hiatus, so I'm very, very grateful to everybody who has come back and made this a lot of fun this evening. It is good to be back in the chair, and I'm looking forward to what Season 8 has got in store. There's new games coming up, there's new features to the stream as well, gambly stuff. We've got to beat the bee at the end of the night as well, so make sure you stick around for that. I'll shuffle it up ready. I solved it. That's coming up a little bit later on. Chance to squander your micro pennies that you've earned so far. What's happening in the chat? At least. So yeah, that is the end of the rift. So, on that note, I think we're going to lock the lobby. This pack comes to us from Brian, and round number 1. And I quote... you shouldn't be able to leave the lobby, but you should still be able to join the lobby if anyone else wants to try and join. I'm not going to do it myself, but if anyone is sort of lurking on the periphery who wants to just sort of test that out, that could be quite fun. And yes, it's reordered you. Cool. It sort of blinked at us. But yeah, that worked. There we go. So, and I quote... the rules of this round are relatively straightforward. If you get a correct answer, you get 1 point. If you get an incorrect answer, you lose 1 point. There are 12 questions in the round, 16 answers around the edge of the board. 4 of them will be red herrings and will never be used as the answer to any of the questions, so you want to avoid them. Once an answer is gone, it won't be used for anything else, so you can mentally check it off, though it will still remain on the board. Additionally, there will be 3 bonus questions secreted amongst these questions here. Welcome to the game, Zeustus. 3 bonus questions secreted amongst the questions that we've got right here. So those are worth 3 points if you get them right, but beware, because getting a bonus question wrong will cost you 3 points. So if you're not sure, those are the ones to avoid guessing on, because they carry a fairly hefty penalty with them. Yeah, bonus points at the end of the round. You get 2 bonus points if you get a perfect board. There are, like I say, 12 questions in there, so potentially 18 points up for grabs. We'll round that up to 20 if you do manage to get all 19. All you've got to do is whisper the letter from A to P to Persephone's Twitch bot within the time limit. So, round 1 is, and I quote, the question is to quote, you have to give me the film. Options are... Sunset Boulevard, Sudden Impact, Casablanca, When Harry Met Sally, Titanic, Wizard of Oz, Dirty Harry, Jerry Maguire, The Sting, Field of Dreams, Apocalypse Now, Dirty Dancing, The Graduate, A League of Their Own, The Godfather, and Citizen Kane. So, without any further ado, let's see how we get on. This is an auto-running game. Once I press the play button, it can't be stopped. Whispering the letter, you don't have to play, and remember you lose a point if you're wrong. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. I will note Brian has asked me to do these in the voices, but I don't necessarily know all of these films. However, that one's Apocalypse Now. Okay, is what we're after there. 6 players getting it wrong, but quite a few getting it right, and off the marks. Let's go on question number 2. Show me the money! I think that's something like that, isn't it? Show me the money! Another film I haven't seen. It's H. Jerry Maguire. Pretty sure Tom Cruise was in that film. On we go. Question number 3. Here's looking at you, kid. What's that? Casablanca. Vagaries in E flat as time goes by. Casablanca is what we wanted there. Number 4. There's no place like home. There's the Wizard of Oz and the ruby red slippers. Wizard of Oz is what we wanted there. Must have a bonus question soon. Not this time, though. You gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya? Punk? I actually don't know what this one is. Oh no, I do know that this one is. It's G, Dirty Harry. I think that's not Dirty Harry. Anyway, number 6. Nobody puts baby in a corner. I can't do an American accent, so I won't even try. Do you know? Do you know? It is Dirty Dancing. Now I've had the time of my life. L is what we wanted. Oh, finally, we get a bonus question. 3 points if you get this one right, but -3 if you're wrong. Tread carefully. Here it is. Rosebud. Oh, Topper! Lucy, you sent 3 points there. Oh, and Pygmy as well. Bad luck. It's Citizen Kane. P. Citizen Kane, and it was his sled. There you go. I just saved you 3 pointless hours. Number 8. If you build it, he will come. But if you build it, he will come. That one's from J. Field of Dreams. Couple of wrong answers in there, but lots of green, which is what we like to see. Moving on. Another bonus question. 3 points if you get it right, -3 if you're wrong. Take a look at this. Go ahead. Make my day. Remember, answers are never repeated. You lose 3 if you're wrong here. That's a lot of red going on there. It's sudden impact. Maybe a bit of a red herring in there. Might have caught a few of you. B, sudden impact is what we wanted. Let's go on. Number 10. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. I need to put stuff in my tapes in. I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. It's Marlon Brando in The Godfather. I had to do parkrun with my godson earlier on. Well, his dad. And he was asleep in the buggy the whole time. But it was fun. The Godfather. Last bonus question on the round. That's right, ABB, you've got it. 3 points if you're right here, -3 if you're on. All right, Mr. Mill, I'm ready for my close-up. 3 points for a right answer. Sunset Boulevard was the film we wanted there. Just one more question. Only 3 players in negative territory at the moment. I'll have what she's having. There's only 5 options available up there. So maybe a process of elimination, you can still get to the right answer. Maybe. It's When Harry Met Sally. And let's reveal the red herrings in that round. Titanic, The Sting, The Graduate, and A League of Their Own. Mark with 18 getting 2 bonus points. That's the end of round 1. Mark, perfect board, very well played. Note to topper, films are boring. Mark in the lead with 20, MPL Darts got 16, As has 2, Samson's got 15, DMC on 14, Kodo and Clive both have 13. That's our top row, and that's the end of round 1. And I quote, hope you had fun with that. Let's move on to this one. I know Brian was particular about this round. He really wanted to get this one in. So round number 2. My life is a conundrum. My life is a conundrum. In this round, this is the speed round, and it's appropriate for the speed round. The faster you answer the question in this one, the more points you get. So if you answer in the first 5 seconds, you get 3 points. The next 5 seconds, you get 2. The last 5 seconds, you get 1. So the faster you answer, the better you are. As ever, watch the chat, because chat is king. There are 3 bonus questions in here as well, which are worth a flat rate of 5 whenever you answer if you get it right. However, if you get the answer wrong, you don't lose points. However, you will freeze yourself out of the next question. You get no points and you freeze yourself out of the subsequent question. Bear in mind that bonus questions will not be consecutive or first or last. So you want to be thinking, when are the bonus questions going to come up? Because those are the questions you really don't want to get frozen out of, because those are worth the most points. And remember, you can get frozen out of a bonus question, and you can get frozen out on a bonus question. So do be careful. You don't have to answer, but obviously, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Round 2, my life is a conundrum. Questions are in the anagrams. You have to find the answer, just like in the UK version of Countdown. And your options are: impromptu, wholesale, competing, advantage, intensive, wholesome, companion, primarily identical, encounter, naughtily, extensive, patiently, recipient, haughtily, and computing. And massive kudos to Brian for providing this pack. You get the anagram and you get a tea time teaser to go with it. So lots of fun to be had here, but how quickly can you get to the answers? Good luck, have fun. Round 2, my life is a conundrum. Here's number 1. Ryan, Meg, and Italy. Nice, Aaron. Monpu Trip. Our star of the show is out sick today, so we have found an emergency substitute. Nice easy one to start with. A, impromptu. Impromptu. And on to number 2. Moon Panic. I need a friend to travel across the country to enjoy the sights and taste the food. Companion. G, companion is what we wanted. So in this round, the questions, they should be reasonably work-outable, but it's about speed. How quickly can you get there? This one, though, speed isn't going to count. 5 points flat rate for this bonus question number 3. I laced tin. Let me introduce you to my twin brother. Lots of fivers going out there. Identical. I for identical is what we wanted. Very well played if you got that one. Most of us there. On we go. Question number 4. Picked on gum. Picked on gum. I need my friend to figure out this math problem for me. It's P for computing. Computing. I need my friend to figure out this math problem for me. On we go, number 5. Few people frozen out here. If you're in orange, you're frozen out. Number 5. Rail my rip. My hobby, for the most part, is being a puzzle writer. My hobby, for the most part, is being a puzzle writer. That would be primarily. My hobby, primarily, is being a puzzle writer. H, primarily, is what we wanted. Everyone's back in and gone blue, which is nice to see. And another bonus question. 5 points flat rate. No matter when your answer for this one, take a look. Tiny laugh. There's no tiny laugh about my son's behaviour. There's no tiny laugh about my son's behaviour. Naughtily. K, naughtily. A few reds coming up there and a few people frozen out of this next one. Won't be a bonus though. So, number 7. Talent yip. Talent yip. I am waiting for 15 minutes for my date to arrive so we can have a great night out together. I am waiting for 15 minutes for my date to arrive so we can have a great night out together. Patiently, that's what you do when you're waiting for your date. M, patiently is what we wanted. Everyone's back in. Here's question 8. Owl hose me. I have deep respect for my co-worker with his great work ethic and morals. I have deep respect for my co-worker with his great work ethic and morals. Hey, baby. You'll like this round. It's wholesome. Owl hose me becomes wholesome. Few of you frozen out here. Let's take a look at... Oh, bad luck if you're frozen out. It's another bonus question. 5 points flat rate. Take a look at this. Number 9. Entice Rip. I have some great news for my associate as he is the winner of an award. I have some great news for my associate as he is the winner of an award. That would be recipient. He's the recipient of an award. 3 questions to go. Just Fernando. Oh, is that jogging? I think not Fernando. Frozen out. Number 10. Gate Davin. After becoming a member of my club, I gain benefits with discounts and memberships. After becoming a member of my club, I gain benefits with discounts and memberships. That would be advantage. You get an advantage with membership. Gate Davin. Or Gate Davan, possibly. Number 11. 7 Exit. I have dug deep into an investigation and found more information about this person. I have dug deep into an investigation and found more information about this person. Extensive is what we wanted there. L, extensive. One more question. I think there's 3 bonus points if you get a perfect board on this one. Here's question 12. Outrent. I didn't anticipate seeing you so soon. I didn't anticipate seeing you so soon. What is it?
Oh, I've worked them all.
Have you got them all?
Yeah.
I'm trying to work this one out. Is it Encounter? It is Encounter. J Encounter is what we wanted there. And the Red Herrings there, wholesale, competing, intensive and haughtily, and that's the end of round 2. Who's getting bonuses? Oh, lots of bonuses there. Lots of bonuses. A lot of love for the countdown round there. Yeah, +3 bonus points. And that's the end of round 2. Lovely round. Yeah, I thought so too as well, G-Large. It's nice to get the sort of the double in, because if you're not really good at anagrams, then you've got the cryptic clue to help you. But I think the anagrams naturally become easier when you've got a choice of options. But it was really poignant having that as a speed round, because it sort of rewards you for being fast at anagrams there. So yeah, Mark, very solid. I think Mark is the only player not to have dropped a question yet. Mark up to 56, MPL Dart on 54, Samster on 52, as is DMC, Inca, Arun and David all on 50. That completes our top row. 2 more rounds to go though. Still plenty of time to make all the difference, and everyone's into positive scores. Let's go on to round number 3. I feel kind of sporty. This is appropriate given my park run this morning. Did I mention I did the park run for the first time this morning? You definitely did, Ben. Shut the fuck up. I feel kind of sporty. Only the 12 options in this round and 9 questions to go with them. This is the accumulator round. Movies, words, now sports. Oh no, Mark. Oh, the sad face for Mark. It was going so well. So 9 questions in this round. Only 3 red herrings. And this is the accumulator round. So if you get one right, you get 1 point. The next one you get right, you get 2, and then 3, and then 4. If you get one wrong, it breaks your accumulator, and you have to start rebuilding it from 1. If you get an answer that you don't know, and you want to abstain, obviously you don't get any points for that question, but you preserve your streak. So if you go 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then question 4, maybe you don't know, you come back in on the next question. If you abstain from question 4, you would preserve your streak and you would continue with 4 points, which means there's 45 points up for grabs in this round and a bonus of 5 points if you can find all 9 correct answers, which means there's 50 up for grabs altogether. And in this round, Brian is going to give you an athlete and you have to identify the sport that they play. Options are auto racing, tennis, boxing, horse racing, ice hockey, basketball, American football, football/soccer, cricket, baseball, swimming, and golf in large letters. Identify the sport from the sports person. That's what this round is. It's the accumulator round. Can confirm these are all sports, as they are indeed. So, yeah, remember, you don't have to play. It will preserve your streak. If you're blue, you might as well play. So first question and last question, you definitely might as well play, because obviously it doesn't carry over into the next round. And if you're blue, it means you've got nothing accumulated, so you might as well have a guess. If you're purple, it means you've got some accumulator, so you might want to think twice if you're not sure. Good luck, have fun. Round number 3, I feel kind of sporty. Here's question number 1. Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez. Might as well attempt this one. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. 1 in 9, 1 in 12 chance you might be right. A handful of people are. There are Boxer Canelo Alvarez. Purple if you're on a streak. Let's go on question number 2. Sidney Crosby. They're an ice hockeyist. A hockeyist? Ice hockey player? I don't know what the collective verb would be. Anyway, number 3, Novak Djokovic. I thought there might be some yays on this one. Oh, we've got a wrong answer from Tadari there. Novak Djokovic. He's a tennisist. He's a hockey player. Okay, we'll go with hockey player. He's a tennisist. Oh, I'm going to go with hockeyist and tennisist. Gareth Bale is number 4. Gareth Bale. They're a footballer. Gareth Bale, a footballer. England player, I want to say. Might be wrong. Anyway, on we go. Number 5, Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic. Few preservations going on here. Purple players not playing. They're a basketballer. F. Basketball is what we wanted. It's Bale Welsh. My bad, Lupine. Sorry, I don't know anything about sport. Justin Rose is number 6. This is one I knew. There's only a handful of these that I did know, and I sort of looked through them. I think I got 5 out of 9. This was one of the ones I did know. Justin Rose is a golfist. A golfist. Oh, it's very close. Very close scores. On we go. Number 7. Jos Buttler. Jos Buttler. Remember, if you're blue, you might as well try. Jos Buttler is a cricketist. A cricketist. Or possibly a cricketer. 2 more to go. Question number 8. William Buick. William Buick. Samster pulling away a bit here. 5-point bonus for all 9. I don't know if anyone's on for that. They're a horse racingist, or a jockey, I suppose. Question number 9. Everyone might as well attempt this question. Give it a go. Katie Ledecky. Number 9, sorry. Katie Ledecky. It's 8 on my spreadsheet. Of course, the game randomises the order. Katie Ledecky's a swimmer. K is what we wanted there. And the red herrings in that round. Auto racing, American football, and baseball. That is the end of round 3. Bonuses? Just Samster. 9 for 9. Well played, Samster, with a lead of 102 at the end of that round. Lupine's got 81. Mark on 77. Fernando 75. DMC 73. Toot and Innes on 71. That completes the top row. Who's a horse racist? That's very, very good. Very good, Oni. A horse racist is a black Andalusian who doesn't like the chestnut pony, maybe. Or a chestnut pony that doesn't like the old grey mare. I don't know. Is that a horse racist? No, I don't like that horse. She's sort of Auburn. Anyway, enough of that. That's the end of round number 3. An equine bigot. I like that a lot. Equine bigot. Have I been cancelled for being a horse racist? Oh, boo that horse. Anyway, that's the end of round 3. Let's get to the final round. The final round is called May I Have Your Number. In this round, you'll get 16 options and only 6 of them will fit the criteria, which I'm not going to tell you in advance. You'll see it when it comes up. And I will say, you need to give the top letter on each card. Let me preface this whole thing. Top letter, not to the bottom letter, for reasons that will become clear in just a moment. In this round, you have to... Top is saying, oh no. In this round, you have to type exactly 6 characters, like an example I'm giving there, A, B, C, D, E, F, for example. Exactly 6. If you don't give exactly 6, then it registers as 0 if you give more than 6, or anything... Oh, bloody Nora. If you give anything outside of the range of A to P, or if you give me any repeated letters within your answer, then it will return it as a non-answer and you won't get any information. If you're wrong, you're frozen out for 5 seconds, but the bot will ping you back and tell you how many you got that were right. From that, hopefully you can try and piece together the missing answers and you can come together with a more cromulent answer moving forward when your freeze out expires after 5 seconds. If you do manage to find all 6, the first player to do so gets 50 points, the next gets 45, the next gets 40, then 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5. And we'll continue in that vein until we either run out of points. First 10 players will get some multiple of 5 in points, decreasing as more players get it, or we continue until we run out of time after 90 seconds. And the winner is the players with the most points. Of course, points will all be converted into pennies for you as well. And that's about all there is to it. So, top letter, I'll say again, good luck, have fun. The final round, may I have your number? And your options are S, X, P, F, D, R, T, M, V, G, C, L, E, N, O, Q. Identify the 6 letters that are used as Roman numerals. Give me the top letters. And Samster is not wasting any time. We're not wasting time here. Oh, a couple of 5s in there. We're down to 25. 20 points available. Tadara's getting 20, 15, 10, and we're done. We're done. We are not wasting time there at all. Mark picking up the 5 at the end there. The answers there, X, D, M, V, C, and L. And the winner is Samster. It will happen when I press the button in a minute. So X is 10, D is 50, N is 1,000, V is 5, C is 100, and L is 500, I want to say. Easy peasy squeezy the lemon. My stream barely loaded. Missed the 8 times. That was what I did. I did sort of think, this is maybe a little easy, but that's part of the game. It's nice to have a completed board and it come down to speed and... I mean, they all come up in the chat, don't they? Or do they not? Oh, maybe they don't come up in the chat. That might be a problem then on that one. If they don't all come up in the chat, you've got to wait for the stream. So, yeah. No, that's the way it goes. It's nice to have an easier one from time to time, but just typing 4 out. That is definitely the fastest round 3 ever, Silent Marine, yeah, by some way. So, at the end of all that, of course, all your points will be converted into pennies, but Inca's got the bronze with 96, Lupine the silver with 121, but the winner, the first gold medalist, the first medal I've given out, actually, this season, because we didn't do them in the Escape Artists, you just win that. You don't get medals in Crossfire, you just win that. I haven't done medals for the bridge, and I'm probably not going to add them in because it's going to be a limited game, so I'm probably not going to add medals for that. So the first gold medalist of the season with 152 points is Samster. Well, good game. Nice snappy red herrings to finish. It's going up to 10 past 11. This was the regular stream finish time last season. This is now going to be an exception rather than the rule, particularly late stream. I've got stuff I want to show you, but I'm not going to, on the advice of my creative consultant Colo on new project we're working on. He said, hang fire. There's enough going on Saturday night. There's enough things happening. Hang fire. Maybe Tuesday. Maybe Thursday. Maybe next Saturday. We'll see. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the stream. All but beat the bee, which we do need to do. And we will do... that button. Oh, not immediately. I might need to roll the credits first, actually. Because the camera's being monopolised by the game. So, I'll roll the credits. This will add on your pennies for the game and hopefully the medalists as well. Stick around for Beat the Bee. Any micro pennies you've earned, you've got a chance to gamble them, fritter them away on my performance on the Rubik's Cube. Well done, Samster. You're our Red Herrings champion. And, stick around for Beat the Bee in just a minute. But please enjoy our reward-winning... Hello, Quizbot? What? Hello, Quizbot. Welcome to the stream. Bash. What are you doing? What is happening? I'm going to figure it out while I roll the credits. Enjoy them. Oh, look at that. I forgot I'd set it at 50. And then I cancelled the 50 and set it to random and it's come up at 95. Herrings 95 for a bonus. Yeah, actually, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this this subtle takeover, the sort of blending in of the game night and the quiz night universe sort of colliding. Let me move up to the use file. Brian, thank you very much in your absence for a delightful opening Red Herrings pack right there. Really good fun, and I hope you all enjoyed that as well. Yeah, welcome Quizbot. Let me stop the Herrings bonus right there. So, micro pennies at the ready. Moderators, our moderator singular. Could you open up a poll as to whether or not Ben will beat the Bee on the season premiere? I mean, it feels right that I should. Bear in mind, I've not solved a Rubik's Cube since the Season 7 final screen. Let's get the poll on the go. If you want to gamble your micro pennies away, remember the micro pennies can be traded in for full fat pennies. Possibly more rewards coming for those soon as well. I didn't quite get around to adding them on today, but we're going to finish up by attempting to beat the Bee. So if we get a poll on the go, I had G. Isons gifting the sub there to Quizbot. Thank you very much, G. Isons, for that gift sub, and welcome Quizbot. You can enjoy ad-free viewing Quizbot for the next month. Thank you very much indeed. Right, predict with your channel points. Does Ben beat the Bee tonight? I'm going to load up the wave file. No, thank you. We're not ready yet. So, get your micro pennies at the ready. You can gamble as many as you like. Does Ben win tonight? And I am going to be changing up the music once I've found appropriate ones to go with. The Crystal Maze theme is a really good one, but it's just a little bit fast. I might slow it down. Slightly slow down Crystal Maze. Can I beat that? We'll have to find out. While we wait for that poll to go on, let me tell you what is going on the rest of the week. Well, we've got our great friend Topper. Let's have a look. So, Topper 1 Gaming. Topper, what have you got coming on? Go give him a follow if you're not already. It's tomorrow night. It's the grand premiere of Slam. Slam is happening, and we've also got Elimination coming up. So Slam has been being teased for a little while. I got to play in a sort of test game of it the other day with Toadboy and Colo, and I proffered some feedback. Yeah, my new favourite game. Yeah, Slam with Topper tomorrow. If you fancy some of that, do go and give him a follow. He'll be on tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Our great friend our great friend Quizbot 3000 is going to be on Wednesday and Friday next week. So Quizbot 3000, go give them a follow as well. Twitch.tv/Quizbot 3000 if you want to go. No, I'm kidding. It's Bash really. Twitch.tv/AT_Bash. He's going to be here on Wednesday and Friday next week. Bit of a trivia week on Wednesday, 15-1, and Breakaway on Wednesday, with Wipeout and The Vault on Friday. Lots of stuff to look forward to over there with Bash. As for me, if you're sticking around over here on the Persephone's Chair channel, and there's no reason you can't do more than one of them, by all means. Like I say, streams are going to be somewhat curtailed. So Tuesday's stream this week, you've got Number Wang and The Purge. And The Purge is going to be coming to us from... Sam is acidic, our friend from down under. Sam is acidic. The Purge, that is in the game and ready to go. So that's Tuesday, Number Wang and The Purge. Thursday, we've got Set Game and Data Leak from Cyclespace. And next Saturday, we've got Hacker from Samster. We've got Google That from Natter. And we've got Moneybox from Clive. That's next Saturday. On at least one of those streams, possibly Tuesday, possibly Thursday, there will be something new that I'm going to be showing you. And this is the upshot of having shorter streams where you've got a stream that is only like a single game or warm-up plus a single game, is that you've got free time at the end. So if I've got something new to share with you all to do a preview game or something, or a test game, then I can do that without the risk of being, oh God, Ben, it's nearly midnight, can we please go to bed? So that is what you've got coming up this week. You've got The Purge, you've got Data Leak, Google That, Hacker, Number Wang, Set Game, and the other one that I've now forgotten, Moneybox. Not necessarily in that order. I'm very grateful to all the writers who've already provided packs, and to the briefing team who have been working tirelessly behind the scenes during the hiatus to make sure they are all ready to go. So, time to beat the Bee just to end the night, or beat the Bee if we can. Poll is in. And hopefully you've got some micro pennies at the ready from tonight, ready to wager on this. Can I beat the Bee? Can I beat Rimsky Korsakov Flight of the Bumblebee as arranged for solo piano by Sergei Rachmaninoff? which is about 1 minute and 18 seconds long. Can I solve Rubik's Cube in that time? We will find out. Starting, if you want to play along at home, if you've got your cubes ready, we're going to play in 3, 2, 1. Beat the bee. Oh God. Where the bloody hell have you gone? There you are. Okay, we're behind already. I can make this work, he says, with confidence. Ill-placed confidence. I'm not in the right position for it, really, I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting very casually. I don't think this has a happy ending tonight. I finished. Did I win? God, that was awful. So fan. That was really bad. That was really not a strong start to the season. It's already dead, Ben. I was going to solve my cube. That was slow. I'm blaming the slow reflexes, the decreased. That was really bad, Truzzle Dad. It really was. No, I need a shame button. Where's my shame button? I still haven't put that onto the Stream Deck yet. I really need to do that. Here it is.
What a shame.
There we go. I'll put it on the Stream Deck for next time. I can only apologise if you backed me. But if you did not back me, then, yeah, you get some pennies if you thought I wasn't going to do that. Not a cat, I'm going to refund that to page 394, and I will do it another time. That is going to be it from me for this evening. I hope you've had fun. It's been a great season opener. I've certainly enjoyed it. Thank you very much to Zeus for Escape Artist questions, to Brian for Red Herrings questions. I hope you enjoyed my Crossfire and Bridge questions as well. And as ever, thank you very much to the Proofers for working tirelessly behind the scenes. Look forward to reading your feedback on the Bridge in particular. And yeah, the Purge coming up on Tuesday. Maybe some other stuff as well. We'll just see how we get on with that. But until next time, may catch you on top of stream tomorrow. Although we've been invited over by the neighbours for drinks, like day drinking. We're going day drinking with the hot neighbours over the road. Yeah, my wife agrees. We're going to see the hot neighbours. Is what we call them. So looking forward to that. So tomorrow may be a bit of a lazy day, but I'll be back on Tuesday. Maybe some topper stream action come the end of the night. Maybe Slab. They may well do. Message from our sponsor Zeus.
Thanks for the fun stream. Warning, 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 Rooster Waffle.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits. I enjoyed the warning Rooster Waffle very much. And thank you, Zeus, for that lovely Escape Artist back earlier on. Hey, it's a message from our sponsor, Zeus, once again.
P.S. Oh God, Ben,
Yes.
it's nearly midnight. Can we go to bed?
It's not. It's 20 past 11. This is tame for me, and this is now a late stream. Okay, moving forward, it's going to be sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock maybe finish. Look, it's been great to have you all back. Thank you all so much for coming back. It's been great to see so many of you here tonight and enjoying the games. There's been some high quality trivia from our writers. So I'm not putting myself in that category. I'll let you be the judge of that. I'm not going to arrogate myself to that level, but. Hey, I'll stop prattling on. Is there anyone to raid? Just before we do go, is there anyone to raid? What's GDQ doing? Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Oh, ESA's doing Sonic Mania. Let's go raid ESA Marathon. Marathon. There we go. We'll go and raid. Subscribe, follow or subscribe in the chat. ESA Marathon. They're doing Sonic things, so that works for me. And let's just say. Well, it's sort of a big channel, so I'm not really going for a Mimi raid message. So we can just go raid and say, "Hey ESA," I like that. Yeah, let's just say, "Hey," hashtag "Hey." Hashtag hey. If we're going over to Raid ESA Marathon. Oh, they're replaying. Oh, okay. Well, it's still worth watching. And there's nothing else at the moment worth raiding. Stuff may be going on in the Bash server, or in my server after stream. As ever, do come and join us if you want more information. And that is going to be it from me for this evening. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming back. I've had great fun tonight. If I don't see you at Toppers tomorrow, I will see you on Tuesday for The Purge. And until then, look after each other. Be splendid and marvellous and wonderful and safe out there. Take care. Peace out. And good night. Season 8, baby. Season 8.